Hello ladies and gentlemen, Fred Stag here, and welcome to the first ever episode of the Targaryen Dynasty series for Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod. Now, unfortunately, I had to sort of change it myself a bit, because unfortunately, as I was getting my 4K capture card to work for when I start playing the Transformers Dark of the Moon series, which I'm going to be playing, or the Dark of the Moon game, which I'll be playing shortly. Fuck me, that was loud. Whatever the hell went. I don't think you can hear it because my microphone settings these days are so good that you can't actually hear any other noise apart from myself, unless I go certainly further away from the microphone, and you might not be able to hear me. I don't know. But yeah, usually most sounds outside you don't tend to hear, which is quite handy. So say if it's a loud motorbike going past, or just say really loud plane going over, you won't hear it. Yeah, unfortunately my monitor, the new one I brought, unfortunately just the screen went funny. So basically I had lines on the screen, horizontal and vertical lines. Some of you probably know how to fix that. I do, to an extent. But basically that's out of order for the time being. Me and my dad will probably have a little look around and see if we can get to fix it. Because it happened a while ago to my laptop, about half a decade ago. And my dad's managed to fix it. So I'm hoping he can do the same again to my new monitor. But for the time being, I'm going back to the old one, which is fine. The old one hasn't. The new one, I must say, has caused me a bit of issues, like the resolution problems. Like it's been a pain in the ass, and yeah, it's been a right pain. but yeah, I'm just going for the HD one, which is fine by me. I've also levitated a bit. Like I've got like my old little light box thing, which has letters and things on. I basically use it as a stand to lift up my monitor a bit better, because I'm so used to the fact that my other one's bigger that this one is just so small. So I've had to levitate it a bit to make it feel better. And also it's better for my neck as well, so I don't have to keep looking down. I can look straight on, which is much better. But yeah, where do we begin? There's a few things I wanted to quickly say just before we jump into this series. There will be heavy spoilers for the House of the Dragon, because I'm going to be starting this series literally a couple of days after the events of the Dance of Dragons Civil War, which is eventually will take place in House of the Dragon. I don't really know what season it will be, but I assume it's some seasons down the line, I imagine. So there will be heavy spoilers for that, so if you don't really want to see spoilers, then don't carry on further. There's your warning. And also I've decided I did actually 2 little playthroughs of this before. One playthrough you would have noticed I uploaded to YouTube. Well, I didn't upload it. I had it on as unlisted, but like 40 or something people saw the first episode, which was unlisted. Because they probably just went to the playlist and saw it there. But yeah, obviously a lot of people just like to just call on my channel randomly and just obviously found it, and there you go. But yeah, I decided to discontinue that one. I also did another playthrough as well before, which I also discontinued. Mainly because I just didn't think it would be hard enough, really, to be honest. Sounds a bit of a silly thing to say, but after we did the Dance of Dragons Civil War, which most cases, the 2 test runs I did was pretty explosive. A lot of people died, a lot of dragons died. But when we won the war, we basically be unstoppable. Like there's no challenge for us. We literally just be every gameplay I did, I would skip ahead like 10, 30 or so years, and the only other thing that would happen, maybe the odd revolts, possibly usually the Ironborn going independent or something, probably attacking Dawn, maybe some dragon claimants hiring men to attack me, but there's never really like a decent civil war or rebellion. It's just like they come over 20,000 men, I outnumber them with my bannermen in Westeros, and as well as King's Landing and everything, all the troops I get from there, as well as a dragon. And usually, in most cases, I defeat that army and then kill the claimant and done. But then after that, nothing particularly happens apart from the Sunset Invasion when that occurs, but that's not for like 70 or so years. I never got that far. And then the White Walkers further north. So with that in mind, I just thought, let's do a series after the events of House of the Dragon, after the events of the Dance of Dragons, and make it about change up the story, make up my own custom story, and go from there, really. And you'll see, I will explain a bit more about that as we go on. But essentially, this series will be much harder because we don't have many dragons, and we don't have many members of the family left. And you'll see a bit more about that when we get into it. And also, I'm also going to be discontinuing or cancelling the Game of Thrones Telltale series. I'm just not enjoying it. I'm really not. I started the Game of Thrones Telltale series just for essentially filler content, really. What in between other stuff. And I'm just not all that interested. I don't have that much time as well. I started it at a time when I was off work for a while, so I thought I'd have loads of time. But I didn't, and I don't really have the time for it, and also I'm just not massively fussed. The game doesn't have a sequel. Yes, Season 1's alright, but there's no sequel, so there's just no... I played through the game before. I know what happens, I know how it goes. I really don't think I need to play it. I will do something with the Foresters series at some point. I have a few ideas about that. Obviously with Winds of Winter, possibly with a few scenarios with either maybe... a scenario, maybe if Stannis won the war and defeated Tommen. Maybe if Tommen achieved ultimate victory, or the Targaryens took the throne, or the Starks became independent, something like that, I don't know. But I will do something with the Foresters writing fairly soon. But yeah, Telltale series I'm not enjoying, and I'm going to replace it with something I want to play instead. Which at the moment is probably going to be the Transformers Dark of the Moon, which I just want to play. I've been in the mood to play the Transformers games for like weeks now, and I'm hoping to finally pick up a bit of time and play them, which is what I'm hoping to do. I'm looking forward to it. But without further ado, let us begin. I will be I'm still continuing on with the Mud series. I just haven't recorded any episodes on that for a while. You probably will see this fairly soon. I've sort of ran out of content lately. I had so much content pre-recorded, to the point where I have so much. I have loads of stuff, and I don't need to record for a while. But that's sort of running dry, and I'm also going on holiday. When are you watching this? You might be watching this on either Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I think you'll be seeing this episode. But I'm going on holiday on the Saturday, and I'm not coming back till the Friday. So I'm going to be up. So I should have a few. Hopefully I'm going to try and get some videos out and recorded and ready to go. So I should hopefully keep the content going while I'm away. But if I don't, I don't. There you go. But I do my best with it and see if we can keep producing content. But you will see quite a bit of this. You will see a bit of the Transformers series. I'm probably gonna do. There's some other games in my mind I want to play as well, but I just really haven't got the time yet. So I want to play Transformers Dark of the Moon. That's what I want, and then probably will play some of the other Transformers games after that. And I do want to start the Stormcloak series, but I don't know if I'll quite get that ready for my holiday. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do and start, and you'll see nearer the time, I imagine. Should we just wait and stay tuned, I suppose? But on to this cursed scenario that you see before you. I don't even know where to begin. I've been thinking of the idea for a few days now. Whenever I go to bed, I sort of think of the idea and wonder if it work and if the idea is any good, if it's would everyone like it. But I went for it anyway. I thought, let's do it. I mean, most people love the CK2 series I put out anyway, and this one I think should be well received. You'll notice in a few different things about the map is that the fact that Westeros is sort of split up into petty kingdoms. That I'm going to go for in a second. But yes, there's a lot of petty kingdoms. The North Clans, which is just a sort of north and north. The Night's Watch is now split into two kingdoms, two landmasses, and I'll go over that in a second. The King Cregan of the North, who also controls this. King Marin of the Three Sisters. The Iron Isles, who control quite a fair bit of Westeros. The West here, and some parts of the North. They also control the Iron Islands. I'll explain a bit of that later. They also control a bit of the Reach as well. Dawn's as it is for now, but they are probably set to go into rebellion. The Reach is a bit fucked up lately. That's the Reach onto the hands of the Tyrells. The Baratheons and the Durandons. The Estamonts with the Straits of Tarth. The Narrow-Seon, the Prince Corlys. Bernard of Harrenhal, the Lord and the brother of... Is that brother or... I can't remember. Uncle, I think, of the current King of the North. You got the Tullys, and you got the Rains, who are over there as well. And, of course, the Robert of the Dustlands, which I'll get onto him later on. There's a few other things you'll notice. Three Daughters are still united. That I don't know if that splits up after that. I'm pretty sure it splits up after the events of the Dance of Dragons, but it hasn't just yet. Got a king. Someone's calling himself King of the Stepstones. With what's happened to Westeros, a lot of people have called themselves kings and declared themselves as kings of certain places. Andalos is now a king of Andalos. There's a High King of Sarnor again. Where is this? A Emperor title of the North Plains. Someone's calling himself the King of the Shadow. Someone's calling himself Emperor of Karth. Someone's also called himself Great Shan, which is, I think, Great King or something. Got the Basilisk Isles, which is already someone. That was already a thing. I didn't change that. Kingdom of Sophorios with the Narfi people. The Empire of. Someone's calling himself the Emperor of Giscar. The Kingdom of. Someone's calling himself King of Valyria, which is basically northern Valyria. Someone's called themselves the King of Essaria. What am I missing? Am I missing anything? Hold on. Oh, yes. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, yes. So someone's calling himself, Queen of the Rhoynar. Someone's now King of the Summer Islands, and someone's also called himself High King of the Summer Islands. Summer Islands? Yes. Yes, Summer Islands. Yeah, that's. I'm in the right place. That is indeed the right place. Anything else I missed at all? Oh yeah, Nefer. Nagai, which is now actually a kingdom. Originally it was just called Nefer, the Duke title, but I made him a king. But yes, I basically spent a lot of time. Oh yeah, King of the Stepstone, that's the thing as well. There's no King of the Wildlings, but that'll happen on its own somewhat. Hence our start. But we'll get into that later on, but we'll actually start the game now. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Obviously, I've gone through and basically, last night I went through and just made up all the consoles. If I show you here, you can see all the different console commands I did and all the stuff. And then just go through it for a bit. Add friends. Event 901, which basically changes the religion, most people's religion to ours. Give titles, yeah. So I spent the last night just busy setting this up. And through the powers of, this wasn't modding. I'm not a modder when it comes to CK2, but this was all through console commands. And it took me fucking ages to do this. So I hope you like it. I know some people might ask, but I'm not going to be letting people download the save. I have so many different submods. I mean, I could, like, if you want the save, just message me on Discord. I'll see if I can send it to you, but I'm not going to, send out files and things like that. Oh, you need to install this. I'm not going for all that. You're getting what you're getting, basically. You're not gonna get like, oh, you're gonna get this title and this is what you need to install and all that. And I'm not gonna go for that. I'm not gonna do anything. I could do an overview of everything, but I'm not going to. This episode will be the starter and beginning of this. So, how do I begin? I don't really know where to begin. I guess Dance of Dragons. So, obviously, I'm gonna assume a lot of people are familiar with the Dance of Dragons. If you're not, you're gonna get some spoilers. So Rhaenyra obviously tried to claim, well, not claim, but she was promised as heir to the throne on the deathbed of when Viserys would pass. However, Alicent Hightower, and with the help of Kristen Cole, attempted to put Aegon as king on the Iron Throne instead of Rhaenyra. Viewing that Rhaenyra Rhaenyra being queen, I doubt she really would, but viewing that Rhaenyra would one day see Aegon, Helaena, Aemon, Daeron as threats to her throne, she would attempt to have them killed. Whether or not Rhaenyra would do that, that's speculation, I suppose. But that is what the main reason people said that Rhaenyra was why they wanted Aegon on the throne, and also because a lot of people wouldn't be very happy with a female ruler on the throne in Westeros. Of course, nowadays in real life history, that's fine. We've literally had a queen for 70 odd years, which sadly has of course ended. But obviously, in Westeros, things are a little different. Rhaenyra, I guess you could argue that Cersei when she became queen, but then the show's a bit silly like that. And also, I don't see Cersei, but no one would really bitch with Cersei, probably everyone, because everyone was a bit afraid of her, really. Rhaenyra was eventually fed to Aegon's dragon. He's alive, and I'll explain why he's alive later on. Jacaerys died in the battle, I think the Battle of the Gullet, I believe it's called. I've looked at the lore before all this. Lucerys, was he killed? Was that Joffrey? No. So Lucerys, when he went to treat with the Baratheons to get them to join the war, was actually killed by Aemon, because Aemon had already gone there and got them on side. Joffrey had... how did he die? No, Joffrey tried to help out in the riots at King's Landing, but then got eaten by Syrax, or fell off the dragon, I think. Aegon's dead, and I'll go for that in a second. Viserys is still alive, in prison. I'll go for that in a second. Aegon is alive. His son Jaehaerys was murdered by Daemon as vengeance for the death of Lucerys. Mela was then killed by rabble, by peasants who tried to kill the boy. Helena, eventually, with the loss of both her sons, eventually killed herself. Aemon got killed by... Well, they killed each other, really, and got killed by Daemon. Daemon killed him, and yeah, bit of a battle. The dragons are dead. Aemon Rivers is the bastard son of Aemond, with Alice Rivers, who is eventually known as the Witch Queen. I say Witch Queen of Angmar, the Witch Queen of Harrenhal eventually, and there was some rebellions and stuff later, down like 20 years later in the original canon story. Daeron died in battle by that dude. Baela and Rhaena are the daughters of Daemon, as well as myself, and I'll get through onto my character later on. But that's that. I don't think I missed anyone. Oh yes, I guess the Valyrians, need to talk about them. Valyrians were also on the side of Rhaenys, because Laenor, which I've just recently watched in the most recent episode of the House of Dragon, have now married. Eventually Laenor dies though, spoiler alert, spoiler, by Carl Corey, which I don't know much about him. I imagine we'll see him in the next few episodes now. Laena Valyrian, who eventually married Daemon. There was a bit of romance going on there. And eventually she sadly died in childbirth. She actually rode Vhagar. And I think on her funeral, I think Aemond eventually tried to took over. Rhaenys, the queen never was killed by Aemon Targaryen. There was a fight there, which actually crippled Aegon. I'll get through to Aegon in a second. Corlys is still alive. He never actually died. So that's why he's alive. And there's a bunch of other people that died. Criston Cole, who was a kingmaker, who was the I can't show you. I think he has a title, doesn't he? Yeah. Yeah, Criston Cole, who was obviously we see he just recently beat the shit out of someone. Gregor Clegane, who is it? Where is he? Joffrey, who was actually meant to be killed in the tourney joust, but I think because they've already did a tournament thing, they sort of didn't bother with that. He eventually died in battle, though. There's one casualty. There was also Dragon Seeds, Hugh Hammer, and Ulf the White, who died. Ulf the White's dragon, as you may remember, I think set up. The dragon went somewhere. It was Red Lake, I think it was. I think around here. I'm not sure. Hang on. Well, let me have a quick look. Oh yeah, Red Lake up here. So the dragon eventually sailed up here, apparently. But in this story, we're saying that the dragon Silver Wing actually went over towards to Dragonstone, not King's Landing. Dragonstone. So that's why I'm the Silver Wing, and the other dragon that survived was Cannibal, and there also was Morning as well. I'll go for that in a moment. But yes, something that I'm gonna like make up a bit, and this is gonna be absolute fan fiction, I'd imagine. What am I about? Of course, it's gonna be fan fiction. I made it up. So essentially, what I'm gonna eventually, back when Maegor the Cruel was causing trouble, and also when incest was quite common between the Targaryens, not long after they took over the Kings on the Iron Throne. You may remember there was a faith militant uprising. Let me see if we can find the guy who started it. Is it him? No, let's go back a bit. I think it's this guy. Yes, I think High Septon IX, who was the High Septon 9. Was that 11? No, 11. Yeah. I think it's him who started it. Was it him? Might be this guy. No, I just filmed him. Okay. But yeah, there was... Oh, was it this guy? Because he was... Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure though. But anyway, back when Maegor the Cruel was starting his rebellion and all that stuff happened, Aegon to try to take the throne. Jaehaerys eventually reconquered the throne, which we all know about. He's Jaehaerys the Old for a reason. There's a little... So he tortured Viserys to death. He killed Aegon. He then... Where is he? No, that's Daemon. That's Daemon. There is Maegor the Cruel, who eventually was, I think, assassinated, or some say died in his own... He killed himself, or died in the thrones. Died on the Iron Throne. But like, what's happened to Viserys at the moment? But yeah, Maegor the Cruel. But when Maegor the Cruel happened, the Lords of Westeros, some of them anyway, not all of them, decided that the Targaryen dynasty had to go. Like the Targaryen dynasty had to go because this guy is crazy, and they all knew that one day. And while Jaehaerys was a great king, many knew that that one day that a Targaryen would come again that would cause a lot of trouble. And some of these lords of Westeros decided they formed their own sort of order. This order eventually became known as the Order of the Seven. Is that right? I'm literally thinking of that just out of my head right now. The Order of the Seven, yeah, I suppose, or the Order of the Faith, or the Order of the Seven. Let's go with that. That's fine. So they became as the Order of the Seven, and eventually the High Septon. The next High Septon that took over, I can't quite recall which one it is. Either this guy or that guy. I'm not too sure, but they showed up, and why is he called the Red? I don't know. Whatever. For some reason, this guy doesn't have a name. I think that's because I accidentally granted him the High Septon title and gave it to this guy. I'll look into that another time, I suppose. But yeah, because of that, a bunch of lords were on this sort of Order of the Seven. Eventually, tried to draw the Targaryens into its downfall, which is what you're sort of seeing now. Hence why the Targaryens don't control the Iron Throne, and why they're in exile, and also why the Iron Throne doesn't even exist. So these lords plan to destroy the Targaryen dynasty, but try and put a king on the throne that would basically set up elective succession. That was the sort of idea. That was their idea, to bring elective succession. That didn't quite work, unfortunately, and this is sort of, it's all fallen through in itself, really. So their idea was to cause some issues with the Targaryen family, and eventually get the Targaryens to turn on each other, which would then have caused a big civil war, which is what this order had wanted. And once the order had done, I'm basing this heavily on the Templar Order and the Order of Ancients. Once the civil war was done, they would swoop in and wipe out what's left of Targaryen, taking out any dragons that would cause trouble, and that was sort of the goal, I suppose. But what's happened is that didn't quite go according to plan. Kraken Stark, who, as we know, was actually one of the order members. Otto Hightower was also a member, hence why he tried to get Alicent to marry. Can I find him somewhere? He's here somewhere. Where are you? There you are. Otto Hightower was one of his members, and he was one, and that's why he tried to get Alicent to marry, to basically bang the king, so he could basically make sure that Alicent would have sons and stuff, and eventually that would challenge the Targaryen dynasty, and eventually challenge Rhaenyra, which is what Otto Hightower was working towards in the first place. Didn't quite go well for him in the end, but there you go. Otto Hightower's body was buried in an unmarked grave outside King's Landing, and eventually there was a note on his body. This note was eventually discovered by somebody, and I'll get onto that in a second. But Otto Hightower was one of the Order's members. I think some of the... what's his name? Yeah, the other High Septon right now, as we can see here, is also a member of the Order, and so is his brother Martin. A few other members, such as Kraken Stark, was also a member. So yeah, Kraken Stark was a member. His uncle, also a member too. And some of his relatives sort of carried on that name. Jason Lannister, not Jason Lannister. Oh yeah, Dalton Greyjoy was also a member. For some reason his name's gone, but that's me screwing around. He is still Dalton Greyjoy, but in my mind he's gone kind of like... he's called himself the Red Kraken now. He doesn't go by he doesn't use his full name anymore for some reason. I don't know. Dalton Greyjoy was in helping the Order, was promised the Westerlands, and that's something he eventually received. However, he didn't quite count on the Rains rebelling against him, which we'll get into that later on. A few of the Tyrells were also involved, such Loras was involved. I didn't really get involved. Loras was involved. Boris Baratheon was also involved. And a few other, I mean, some of the Martells were involved as they wanted sort of retribution against the Targaryens for the crimes. Well, back when Aegon the Conqueror went over and burnt the shit out of Dorne, they want revenge. Some of the Three Daughters are a few Parliament members. They weren't entirely happy about the whole Daemon. That Daemon attacking the Stepson wasn't really their plan. So hence the Order was quite keen to join. And then a couple other lords around the realm were also involved in the order. I'll leave that conspicuous for now, not because I haven't quite figured out who's who, but because I kind of just want to... But because lore-wise, the Targaryens don't know who's part of the order. And then there are a few people who are part of the order due to certain things, but that's about it. So when the Kraken Stark, as you may remember, he was supporting Rhaenyra and hoping to put Aegon III on the throne, which was eventually the goal. However... which eventually he was going to be Aegon III on the throne, however, an event took place. Willis Fell was also part of this order. Kristen Cole wasn't, but Kristen Cole basically worked. Well, Kristen Cole was a sort of a handy sort of a handy, what's the word? A handy event, a handy something. I don't know what I'm trying to think of a word. A handy piece, chess piece, I suppose, in the whole order's plans of starting the civil war, which went exactly as planned. Most of the Targaryens are now dead. There's only a couple of dragons left. Oh, there's a lot of people I can't find the dragon. Ah, there is. There's only a couple of dragons left. Silverwing's the only dragon left. Cannibals left. There's a few around, I think. Oh, Sheepsteer's still alive. And where's the other one? I'm missing him. Where is it? Oh yeah, Morning is also around as well. Some reason isn't in my court. I'm gonna fix that. Hang on. Just in case something happens with a game, like I don't know, kills a dragon or something, and it's not even my court, or I don't know. It's just a good idea to probably have these dragons in my court because it's yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But yeah, so this is exactly what the orders wanted. Craig Stark, obviously, in lore-wise, basically took over King's Landing, held the office of High King. Wrong one. Handled the king, basically imprisoned all the lords that have fought against Rhaenyra and all the traitors, and tried to have them all killed, but what's her name? Alysanne Blackwood got involved and convinced, sort of, I guess, seduced and also convinced Cregan to not do it and let some of them go, show mercy and all that, and also... in some way, there was eventually Alice and Cregan fell in love, and Alysanne sort of convinced Cregan to not do it, and also promised that she'd marry him and all that. I don't know why really Alysanne got involved. Maybe there was a love between them. Alysanne was also in league with other people that just didn't want to be executed. I don't really know, but Alysanne sort of seduced and got involved with Cregan Stark. However, in this scenario, she didn't get involved. She tried to convince him, but Cregan Stark indeed had eyes for another. Nettles, as some may recall, was actually sort of in love with Daemon Targaryen. Eventually, when the Dragon Seeds, Orc White, and Hugh the Hammer betrayed Rhaenyra ordered the arrest of Adam Valerion and Nettles, who were two of the other Dragon Seeds. Dragon Seeds, basically... is there like a bloodline I can find? No, I don't think so. But yeah, the Dragon Seeds, these guys were basically Valerians. Some random Valyrian people that could tame dragons, and that's sort of their purpose. Nettles fell into Cregan Stark, and was very in the great idea with this sort of kingdom, this order, the order's goals, and eventually they fell in love, and they would eventually be married to Cregan. It's also interesting because she has a dragon, which possibly when we eventually reconquer Westeros, because obviously we're going to do that. It'd be pretty boring if we stayed in the north the whole time. We may come into contact with Sheepstealer versus my dragon, which is Silverwing. So that's quite interesting there. So Cregan Stark with Nettles convincing. So Alysanne Blackwood, or is it Alysanne or am I wrong? Alysanne Blackwood. So Alysanne Blackwood could not convince Cregan, and obviously in this story, Cregan was his plans when he was taking King's Landing. His goal was to sack the city, basically what the Lannisters did to Aerys and the Targaryen children that were there. Cregan Stark's idea with what many had was to sack King's Landing, and also the death of Aegon, which was done by Willis. Eventually, that was meant to be like a quiet murder, murder, but that got out of hand. Aegon tried to escape. Willis pursued him and cut him down. However, Aegon screamed and. Well, before he was killed and his head came off, Aegon screamed, and eventually Willis was discovered, and when Aegon found him, oh boy, he tore his bowels out, which is, yeah, fair enough, really. But yeah, because Aegon, even though Aegon was the cousin of Aegon, and there was a bit of a, you could say that Aegon shouldn't really care about his cousin, really, especially as it was Rhaenyra's kid. But the fact that he's murdered one of his own kin, Aegon still took action and made sure he suffered. So with Aegon dead, that left no other claim, because the Targaryens, well, the supporters of Rhaenyra were, well, the only other claimant were left was Viserys. But Viserys had been kidnapped and taken to the free daughter, well, taken to Roger, who we're friends with, and we'll go over that in a second. It was taken over to Roger, and we'll get onto his storyline later on. But basically, Viserys was assumed dead. That's why he didn't show up. That's why they thought there was another claimant. Other than Baelor and Rhaena, but they're women, and they wouldn't really have had a claim to the throne anyway. And obviously, Aegon would have been killed. And, yeah. And then Jahara as well would have been the claimant, but she would have been... she wouldn't have had much of a claim, because again, she's a woman, and Westeros is very much male-centric, so there you go. Eventually, Aegon would have been killed. Aegon eventually was poisoned by... where is he? Larys. However, Aegon was resurrected, and I'll get over that in a second, but he was resurrected, and eventually Larys was left in King's Landing, and when the Kraken stormed the walls, he was killed, because basically Aegon... rather than put him out of his misery after he attacked him, as a penance for poisoning him, instead of killing him off, he instead nailed his hands to the Iron Throne and left him there. Eventually, Kraken put an end to him when he arrived. But yeah, that's basically what happened. But that's what happened to Larys Strong. Trying to get the best way to piece it all together. So Winterfell was dead. So they killed Aegon off so that when they take the throne, there wouldn't be too many claimants left. When Kraken stormed the walls, he would have killed Aegon if he wasn't already dead anyway. He then would have killed... I can't find the... There you go. He then would have killed Aegon. He would have killed Jahara, Baelor, and Rhaena. And... did I say... yeah, I already said Viserys wasn't around, so... there you go. However, one thing he did not count on, and thanks to Viserys going east and Viserys going to Silkhead, he happened upon the unacknowledged bastard son of Daemon Targaryen. And now, Aeron was born around the time of the Stepstones invasion. He held the title from 109, and I was born... well, around 109, so basically he's dead on pretty much. And my mother, who I couldn't really like sort of link in the family tree by any way, but she was apparently a Roger. There's no Roger woman, but essentially she was a Roger, and let's just say she's the brother of Forio. That was my idea to begin with. I wasn't sure if there was another daughter around in the line. But Aegon slept with that woman, not Aegon, Daemon slept with that woman, and eventually along came along Aeron, who was basically just a Roger bastard. No one knew he was Daemon's son at all, and eventually just raised as Lysandro's nephew. Because my mother, Aeron's mother, unfortunately died in childbirth. But Daemon basically, and also killed the crab feeder a bit later on here. Yeah. And as we just saw in the most recent episode, he was responsible for the death of Rhea the Bronze Bitch. Quite a few kids, didn't they? And then eventually Gunther took over, as we saw in the House of Dragon. Yeah. So that happened. So Aeron was born in Silkhead. Spent most of his life in Silkhead, not knowing exactly who he is until eventually Viserys showed up. And I understand this video will be quite long, just me basically explaining the story. But if I was to go in this without context, I don't think anyone will really understand what the hell's going on. So I might make the video a bit longer than normal, or maybe an extra hour just to fill in, just to add more to the game, rather than it not being an entire video of me just going through and explaining the whole story. Viserys, when he arrived in Silkhead, recognized Aeron. Well, not really recognized, but noticed that he looked very much like Daemon, and also pointed it out quite openly. And he also, at first, he thought it was Daemon come to rescue him. But Aeron was confused. His name was Aeron, that was his name that was given, but he wasn't, yeah. It was rumored and suggested that Lysandro's sister was did have a thing going with Daemon. Whether Lysandro didn't really know about it, didn't really see it, but he gave her son a Targaryen name anyway. Aegon wasn't too over the top Targaryen, I suppose, so it just made sense. I like the name. Aegon's fit with the character I'm going with. Considering he's very much like a bit like the Bright Flame for R'hllor and all that, and I'll get through all that story later down the line. But Viserys recognized Aegon, and this was interesting. And made Lysandro think, hang on a second, maybe Aegon is in fact related to Viserys, and he eventually looked a bit further into the diary and journals and the accounts of the Stepstones. He also noticed that possibly that his sister was over in the Stepstones, for reasons that I'll keep vague. There's no real reasons why she was there. She just happened to be around the Stepstones during the conflict, and was also with the company of the Archon of Myr, which was of course the Cragcast crab feeder. She was just in the area, and eventually Daemon found this woman and just sort of didn't really. I wouldn't say there was really much love, but there was definitely sort of a romantic and attraction. Definitely a flirtatious attraction. Does that make any sense? There was a sexual attraction between the two of them, and that resulted in them hooking up, and and the rest is history, I suppose. So Lysandro looked through the accounts and realized that it was no coincidence that his sister had been involved in the Stepstones around Daemon, and also his sister was captured by Daemon. She was returned home, but months later she appeared pregnant. Lysandro eventually put the pieces together and figured out that Aegon was no just some nameless bastard of R'hllor, but in fact the son of Daemon Targaryen. A bastard still, but that was that. Eventually Lysandro was like, oh, okay, maybe this is interesting. Obviously, by the time Viserys had turned up, it'd been a while since Lysandro pulled the pieces together. He was busy fighting the war and aiding the three daughters, who eventually had come out of the war, and they were a bit busy. But eventually, after some time, Lysandro, he obviously has become a great friend, a bit of a father figure to Aegon. Eventually decided that he would send his sons and some of his kids with Aegon to King's Landing. Why? Because why the hell not? With regards to Viserys will remain a prisoner with Lysandro, because basically Viserys is being kept as a ward. And Lysandro said, if you prove yourself worthy, Aegon, of a true Targaryen Dragon Lord, and perhaps return and perhaps become King of Westeros, I will return your brother to you. Aegon is, I guess, the rightful heir, I suppose. He's the eldest son of Daemon. Yes, he's a bastard, but that will change as time goes. And obviously, if Aegon had become the king, had this shattered kingdom scenario not occurred, he would have been able to just declare himself King of Westeros and legitimize himself, basically. That's what he would have done. So that's what. So basically, R'hllor. So he went to King's Landing, attempting to avenge his father. He'd heard that his father his theorized father was killed by Aemond. He knew that Aemond Targaryen had died as well, but he was attempted to go to King's Landing to avenge the deaths of and kill Aegon. Basically, that was his goal. He was going to go to Westeros, kill Aegon, and sit on the Iron Throne and declare himself King of Westeros. That was his goal. His other goal was to perhaps take over one of the dragons in King's Landing. He hadn't heard of the Dragon Pit disaster just yet, so he'd hoped to go eventually claim a dragon. But he couldn't quite get the Dragon Zone. There was a bit of a blockade, so unfortunately he just went around and eventually ended up in King's Landing. It took him a while to get into the Red Keep, but when he did, he went in through the sewers and found a few bodies of the executed people that Rhaenyra had executed. One of his bodies was in fact Otto Hightower. Now, Otto Hightower had the notes that pointed to his involvement in the Order of the Seven, and also had his journal that was with him. Rhaenyra never bothered reading it for some reason, but the book was there. It was in his possession and hidden in his headless body, I suppose. And this journal had everything, and it basically told Aaron everything he needs to know about what was going on with the Civil War. And this Civil War didn't just happen out of an accident. It happened for a purpose, and Otto purposely put Alicent Hightower in the position of Viserys Targaryen to get him interested in her, which resulted in marrying and then having children. And that is exactly what Otto Hightower wanted. And this would eventually lead into a civil war. Eventually, Otto Hightower was using his daughter as a pawn in his game, as most men would do in the medieval time period. Gwen unfortunately died. No, when that happened before, didn't it? I think it happened during the war. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Some of Otto's sons were also involved as well, but he never really told them that much. But this journal basically told Aaron everything. It told Aaron that the Targaryen dynasty had basically been put against each other, not because of the Targaryen dynasty, but because of other people, and because of his Order of the Seven. Again, very much similar to this Templar or Templars and the Order of the Ancients we see in Assassin's Creed. That's where the idea of really originated from, so I guess credit should be given to them, I suppose. But Aaron realized that, obviously Aaron, another thing is that he's been favored in R'hllor, like that's the thing. He's been, where is it? If I remember correctly, no, that's the Weeping Lady. But actually, after some time, Aaron adopted the faith of R'hllor. He saw more, if I remember correctly, where is R'hllor? Yeah, so it's basically all of this. So he spent more time in R'hllor and actually adopted R'hllor as his own religion. In secret, though, he didn't quite announce it publicly, because obviously, his father was following the Weeping Lady. But in secret, he practiced the faith of R'hllor, and eventually now has made it his public religion. So when Aaron arrived, he realized that killing Aegon would make things worse for his dynasty, and while Aegon may have committed some heinous crimes, such as the death of his, I suppose, stepmom, I guess, or his cousin. Yeah, cousin. While Aegon had committed a fucking fuck ton of shit, there was no real reason to perhaps... Who's Essie? Wasn't that the... Oh, yeah, it was the mother of Gaiman Palehair, wasn't it? I just wondered who that was for a minute. Did he kill the shepherd? I can't remember if he got the shepherd. The shepherd was the guy that basically led this massive rebellion against... No? I don't think so. I don't know if the shepherd's still a thing. I know I'm getting sidetracked. I just want to see if he's not a thing. No. Tristan Truefire. Yay. But Aaron realized that if he was going to kill Aegon, he would have made the job of what the Order of the Seven would do much easier. So he decided in his head that he would reconcile with Aegon, because Aegon hadn't really committed any crimes against Aaron himself. Daemon was killed by Aemond, and Aemond was long dead. Aegon, I mean, apart from the murder of Rhaenyra, that was a sort of a problem. That was, I guess, something that Aaron probably would have... Had Aaron been really, like, interested in Rhaenyra, I guess he would have probably wanted to kill Aegon. Obviously, he wanted to kill him to basically take the throne, but when he discovered that all this, it sort of made him change his mind and think, hang on a minute, if I kill Aegon now, it'll make the Order of the Seven jobs much easier. And also, Aaron didn't have an army. He only came with a couple hundred troops, supplied by the Leastman. Eventually, Aaron planned to go to Dragonstone and get a dragon, or he originally tried to tame Sunfire, but Sunfire, of course, had sadly died at this point of her wounds. Is it her wounds or is his wounds? I mean, yeah, Sunfire's he. It tells me the genders, so you can see here, Morning is a woman dragon, she-dragon. Sunfire is a he. Seren is a she, because it tells you, if it says husband, it's a she, and if it says wife, it's a he. So Silverwing is indeed a she, so she-dragon. Sheepseer is a male dragon, and Cannibal is a male dragon. Okay. So that's an interesting note. That's something someone pointed that out to me. A viewer, I'm pretty sure. Aaron eventually planned to get a dragon, so any claim to the throne he basically sorted out with his dragon. But his Kraken Stark, however, really made his problems much worse. Especially as rumor eventually found out that a dragon rider was with Kraken Stark, and that sort of changed the game. Aeron may have been maybe a decent, strong warrior, but he's never had any combat experience against another Dragon Rider, and where Nettles has, although only briefly. Nettles basically Aeron didn't feel comfortable enough going up against a Dragon Rider, especially with a massive army of House Stark, 20,000 men, probably more than that, I'm pretty sure, because they had the Tullys with them, the Aarons, and everything else. So, like, Aeron knew for a start that he was outnumbered, and there was no way he was going to be able to take the Iron Throne without any contest, especially with the Order's plans to wipe out their dynasty and essentially the idea was to take the Iron Throne and basically put a puppet on the throne. I didn't quite know. I think the idea was to bring in, and the idea that I had in my head is that I was to take the Iron Throne and basically say that Aegon was, or say that someone was the king, or say that Aegon was still alive, but as a puppet, but in reality they were pulling the strings. And essentially they would keep up the idea that Aegon's still alive, but in reality he's been long dead. Basically use him as a corpse king, I suppose. And eventually what they do is they wanted to try and dismantle the Iron Throne, or try and turn the Iron Throne into their sort of, I don't know, they try to take it so like the Targaryen dynasty would be gone, and that the Iron Throne would never have a civil war or a mad ruler ever again, or a foreign ruler in their mind, and they would attempt to try and just have it so that the Iron Throne would either be split into 7 kingdoms, as it was before. The 7 kingdoms being, well, it wouldn't be the Iron Isles and the Trident, because the Iron Isles would have gotten the Rock, because the Lannisters had been a trouble for the Order, and they weren't happy with them. The Reach would have got the Reach, Stormlands would have got the Stormlands, and Dawn would have been left as it is, the Vale would have been its own kingdom, the Trident as a Trident, and the North as a North. However, with Aegon dead, and it being quite clear that he died, they couldn't do that. So their only other option was to take the city and just carry on with the idea of letting the basically dismantling the Iron Throne, destroying the title, and reclaiming themselves as their own, reclaiming the laws and all that, and as their own kings. Kraken Stark took large advantage of this. Would eventually declare himself king of the North, and also have his Lord Paramount, his uncle, as Lord Paramount of Harrenhal, this sort of region here. I'll get into all that little war section later on. But instead of murdering Aegon, Aeron decided that, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to kill him. On to Aeron's his upbringing. He was trained very well by great fighters in the Three Daughters. Also, some Braavosi people also came south and were actually hired to train Aeron, and Aeron responded the best to the teachings, whereas the other Rogers weren't the best fighters. Apart from Lysari is pretty good. Draco is not very good. Yeah, a lot of the... Yeah, Marito is quite good. He trained very well, and a few of them aren't too bad. But yeah, he had the... Oh, and Drazenko and Maraha, I think. Bit of a funny name. But Aeron basically spent much time in Lys. He grew up quite well with... And he very much was aware of leadership and how to rule a kingdom. Lysandro hadn't really been planning to put him on the throne, but he felt as if Aeron would be a skilled warrior and skilled person to have around to aid the Roger family. So he tried to train Aeron as a decent fighter, and also teach him about the court and how to sort of, I guess, rule and many other things, and also how to be basically the shadow of Silkhead. Eventually that never really came to be because he went off to Westeros, but he'd been obviously shown how to, he's very fashionable. He saw the great, with Essos you're very well dressed and all that, so you've obviously seen quite that a lot. He's quite shrewd, so intelligent. He's grew up in the merchant, embezzled in the merchant trade of the Essos and everything. So he's intelligent. He also is quite groomed. He's quite a person that wants to look nice and dress nice. He's also strong and attractive, traits that he gets from his father. No, not his father. He gets attractive from his father. Strong, I think, also came from his father. Slightly, I think there was a Targaryen before that was strong. Was there? Well, I guess Aegon the First was a strong one, I suppose. Maybe got it from him, I guess. He also has Dragon Dreams. That sort of happened recently. So that's ongoing. He's a formidable fighter, so he's very good. Elusive Shadow was a change by me. I always go for a character that's always like military focused, but I wanted to do something a little different. He's a bit mystic. He's very much into the occult and all that stuff. Eventually becomes a legitimized boss, and I'll explain that in a sec. He's a strategist, so he knows much about campaigns and how to win wars and stuff. He's a bit of an architect. He's also fascinated by that stuff. He's a bit lustful, so there's a bit of a trait from Daemon, I suppose. He's ruthless, a trait from Daemon. Yeah, he's grown up very ruthless because like he knows how backstabby people are in Lys and Essos. He's a family person, so he had a very close bond with the Roger family, but now he's attempting to strengthen that bond with the Targaryens. But yeah, especially with the amount of sons and all that Lysandra had and other relatives. He's also quite ambitious. Like he wants to reach the top. He doesn't, and that sort of ambition came on later on. Obviously, that bit of ambition would have come from Daemon somewhat, and also to take the Iron Throne. He's also brave as well, a quality that came from Daemon, of course. So that's Prince Aeron. He is also, later down the line, and I'll get onto that eventually when he went to Volantis, he was eventually chosen by R'hllor, and I'll go through all that later on. So Aeron with his supporters, which is basically most of the Rogers. Rogers, pretty much. I'll get into the other guys later on. The Rogers mainly, really. So Alicent Blackwood never helped Cregan Stark, so instead Alicent Blackwood went to King's Landing and eventually at some point would have informed Aegon of Cregan's plans. Also Sarah Snow, Cregan's sister, bastard sister, who wasn't massively wasn't entirely like on the side of Cregan, but like she went with Alicent anyway to help out the Targaryens. She had no interest in. She felt as if this Order of the Seven and what their plans for Westeros would result in madness, so they went to try and convince Aegon. Eventually, didn't quite get to Aegon. Aegon had been killed by the strong guy. However, when we came upon Aegon's body, Aeron instead tried to use R'hllor magic that he'd studied as a kid. He never thought it would ever work, but attempted it anyway, and from what would be a remarkable circumstance, Aegon was resurrected and brought back to life. Did I give him the Favoured by R'hllor trait? I'm pretty sure I didn't I? Did I not give him that trait? I was meant to. Hang on. I was meant to give him the Favoured by R'hllor trait, which is what I thought I did. Hang on. Let me quickly remedy that. That trait, what's it called? Because my one's called Chosen by R'hllor, so it'd be probably Favoured. Favoured by, let's spell that right, to Aegon. 77013. That is how you do traits, guys. For anyone wondering, yeah, Favoured by R'hllor is fair. I forgot I didn't do that properly, no matter. But yeah, he's favoured by R'hllor because obviously he's been resurrected. So naturally, he's going to be favoured by R'hllor in some way. So Aegon was resurrected. Eventually, Aeron went through the long. He eventually called together, he tried to convince Aegon of everything that went on. And Aegon eventually was convinced. He also tried to, basically Aegon summoned the council, array what lords were left. Obviously, while this happened, Aegon was also killed. It's resulted in the death of that Kingsguard. So that happened while Aeron was present, and basically Aegon called together a meeting, and Aeron explained this Order of the Seven, and explained everything that had been told in his journal. Aegon, you'd think wouldn't really believe him, but Aegon he did. Aegon believed him. Aegon had been sort of down and depressed, down in his luck for a while, and obviously been crippled badly. When he was resurrected, his crippling injuries were actually healed as well. However, he was still burned, so that's still ongoing, and still sort of depressed. That hasn't quite gone away. Well, Aegon was desperate for like love and affection, really, and Aeron came and instead of wanting to kill him, he actually offered him friendship. and offered the chance to rectify and sort out old wounds, basically. And that is what Aeron and Aegon agreed to. Aegon called this meeting. Alicent was horrified what she had done, really, and realised that she'd been a pawn in her father's game for years, and had never realised what she did was contributing towards the destruction of an entire family line, and would eventually lead to a new world order of sorts in Westeros. Miles Hightower, who was also present, was also deeply torn between what his father had done. There were a few other Kingsguard members. There isn't many Kingsguard left, but there's a few around. They're out of my court. Now, Master Waters of Dragonstone. He was a Kingsguard. I don't know who. Oh, Tom Tanglebeard also came. Most of the court of King's Landing came with me. Giles Belgrave. There isn't many Kingsguard left. Most of them have unfortunately died in battle. Yeah, they killed each other in that battle, didn't they? But yeah, they basically... And Laurent Marbrown was killed by Rebel. But yeah, there isn't many Kingsguard left. These Kingsguard basically went with the king. One of these Kingsguards, I think Marston Waters was assigned to protect Aegon, while Belgrave was assigned to protect Aeron. Most of these people have become friends. Aeron, being the son of Daemon, most people saw he'd probably be a bit crazy and mad, but Aeron was actually more more wise and more respectable than his own father. I'm sure many people look at that and think, oh, that's wrong. But no, but that's my take on Aeron. Aegon, in conclusion, eventually came to... He tried to turn his ways from cruel, and a few other traits changed because he's trying to turn himself around. Aegon came to the decision that he would no longer rule as king and would officially abdicate to Aeron. Which didn't quite happen in the end because they eventually fled the city. But Aegon, as a site of, I guess, kingship, granted Aeron the Valyrian steel sword of Blackfire. Which, as you may recall, Aegon IV gifted Blackfire to his bastard son Daemon Blackfire, starting the Blackfire Rebellion, but also as a sign of kingship. Aegon was eventually also just had Dark Sister, and that carried on with that. And that's basically what he did. He carried on Dark Sister, and that's his. Eventually, Dark Sister would return to us. If in the event Aeron dies, which would suck, we will play as Aegon, which is good because we both have dragons. He has Cannibal, and I'll explain how he tamed that later. But yeah, so eventually, short story, Aegon and Aeron came to the agreement and decided to heal old wounds. They took what lords and ladies were around in King's Landing, took what Kingsguard were left from courtiers, and decided to flee the city. Knowing that Cregan would destroy them, there was no hope there, and Sheepstealer was also held by Cregan's wife. One other key thing to note... what was I going to say? Yeah, so so Cregan's sister and Blackwood showed up, and also confirmed what they believed to be true. Aeron wasn't entirely aware of what Cregan was in on the order, but it soon became clear that Cregan was coming to end the Targaryen line and begin what was to be the world order of Westeros in the Order of the Seven's light, I suppose. God, that's a fucking long story. Let's spend an hour talking. Holy crap. Fucking hell. So Aeron and Aegon took what courtiers they had and eventually left. Eventually, word reached them that Aemon Rivers, Aemon eventually had a bastard called Aemon Rivers, who I've noticed who was already in the court of King's Landing, so I'm going to assume that he was picked up after the battle at Harrenhal, I suppose. But as Alicent and Sarah Snow was travelling towards Harrenhal, they discovered a baby. By Alice Rivers was a bit of a nut job, and eventually she becomes known as the Witch Queen of Harrenhal or something like that. And they basically took Aemon with them, basically. Hoping with Aemon, bringing Aemon back would hopefully be a good sign with Aegon, and Aegon wouldn't have them killed immediately. However, Aegon was more respectable than that. Jahara also went with us, of course, as of course Aegon wouldn't leave his daughter. Viserys is still in lease. Obviously, Aeron is aware of him, so Viserys is around. So in case we have some really bad luck and Aeron and Aegon both die, at least Viserys would also take over. Hopefully later down the line we should be able to get him back. I'm pretty sure we will be able to. The only reason we can't get him back right now is because we are out of character range. So hopefully I'm pretty sure we should be able to get him out if we do the plot and then ask Lysandra to release. Viserys, I'm pretty sure he will agree to it. But we're too far away. Baelor and Rhaena also went with us. Rhaena also has Mourning, which is a dragon right now. So an extra dragon was welcome to join us, of course. And there are quite a few other courtiers around. If I go through the whole thing, so I'll go through it from the beginning. So they left from Harrenhal, and when they went to, and obviously Aeron and Aegon agreed that they would have to go in exile and would eventually reconquer the Iron Throne with fire and blood, as Aegon the Conqueror had done before. Aegon decided that he would not become king unless in the unfortunate demise of Aeron. Eventually, as time went on, they went to Dragonstone and tried to basically hunt down the two remaining dragons in the area, Silverwing and Silverwing and the Cannibal. Cannibal was the most difficult dragon because Cannibal had killed other dragons before. I think it was Dragon Grey Ghost, which was killed by Sunfire. Cannibal was blamed for the death of Grey Ghost, but actually in reality it was actually Sunfire that killed Grey Ghost, not Cannibal. So eventually, as they arrived, Aegon decided he would take Cannibal. Maybe Aegon summarized that maybe because of his cruelty before, Cannibal would like it, possibly. Aeron decided to take Silverwing, which was the strongest of dragons, 99, while Cannibal was 78. So Aeron went for Silverwing, which was successful. After some difficulties, Aegon eventually tamed the Cannibal. So that gives us 2 Dragon Riders as well as Mourning with Rhaena. I won't be too keen to put them on the same army, so I don't want to get them both killed, but we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. They took what courtiers they had at Dragonstone and eventually fled to Volantis. They fled to Silkhead first. But actually, no, they went to Volantis first and they would eventually go back to Silkhead later down the line. Westeros erupted into chaos once Cregan Stark took the city. He realized the Targaryens were not present and realized his plans had been completely and utterly scuppered. So what he did was he decided to just destroy the Iron Throne. The Iron Throne chair is still there, it's still there. But Aegon, basically, Cregan took that throne and threw it into the sea. He got a bunch of troops together and just threw it in the sea. That was the idea. And eventually, he sacked the capital and basically left it in ruin. Not really ruined, like it's still intact, I suppose. But he still sacked it and just made a mess of the place. And Cregan with his army took as much land as possible. Stupidly, and this is something he will later regret, he left King's Landing because he figured, there's no reason for us to keep hold of it. So he went north, took as much land as possible, took out Hayford, Rosby, Stokeworth, and Duskendale. They fell quickly, and eventually some other of his army went north to capture Darry, Nine Stars, and Willowwood. Some of them, how's the Harrenhal, Escroft, Butterwell was taken, and Harrenhal was taken and given to his uncle Bernard. I wasn't to make him into the same sort of kingdom, but I thought it'd make it a little bit too overpowered. So I've left Bernard as his own sort of thing. In my mind, Bernard's sort of the, I guess, I don't know, I guess he's sort of in league with the king in the north. I'm not sure if they can ally actually, but they might be able to. But I've left them as they are for now. Fieldstone also was given to the Starks. They held on to that. That was their ground taken. And eventually, Cregan would go north and he proclaimed himself king of the north at Harrenhal and would eventually go north. However, chaos erupted, and I'll come back to that later on. But Aeron went to Volantis, and actually obviously his Roger family and friends were there. And eventually garnered up a lot of support. Many Volantis lords were very much keen, especially the fact that Aeron was the R'hllor faith and had 2 dragons. They were pretty much afeared of Aegon. Eventually these two would become friends, and they will eventually, at some point, conquer the Seven Kingdoms together, such as Aegon the Conqueror did before them. So they garnered up a lot of support, and many lords and all that were very much in favour of helping Aeron reclaim the Iron Throne. However, there wasn't really... Volantis and Silkhead were not really in a position to offer men. They didn't really have the troops to spare, and also because the Dothraki was causing issues on their border, and also a new Valyrian emperor had been turned up, and the 3 daughters had caused much of a stir in Volantis, and some would say the 3 daughters were plotting a war on Volantis, so they couldn't really spare many troops. but a couple would go north and join with Aeron. So many lords would join with him. Quavo would go with Aeron. The bastards of Sarah Targaryen, House Cerastos, I think it is. Melees and Sorella would join with him. They're actually Faith 7, so they're quite not quite in on the whole religion faith law thing. But upon a meeting at the Temple of the Great Plaza, which is where the Temple of the Lord of Light is based, Aeron was proclaimed as the chosen one, chosen by R'hllor, and that was that. Yeah, he got given that, and also Aegon was also officially named as favored by R'hllor, and the fact that he was resurrected also showed heavily that Aegon was meant to be around and to join Aeron. Hence the reason he was resurrected in the first place and why the Lord of Light brought him back. So Aeron was proclaimed as the Lord of Light, or the Lord of Light Reborn, or Lord of Light Reborn, but some would call him the Lord of Light Reborn, but mainly he's just chosen by R'hllor, and that's the story we're going with. Aeron was quickly talked and explained, well, Aeron and Aegon were both told greatly of the threat of the White Walkers that was coming eventually in the far north. I do have them turned on, don't I? Let's just check. If I go down to Game of Thrones, there should be White Walkers. Where is it? Yeah, White Walkers is on. So they will show up, but not in the lifetime of... I don't think they'll show up in the lifetime of Aeron, but they will show up, don't worry. So that'd be cool to... So eventually, why Aeron isn't really the Lord of the Chosen One, but he's the one that will reconquer Westeros and prepare Westeros for eventual war with the White Walkers. And also, there's another threat in the far west, apparently being told of sons of Starks that eventually went west with Bran the Shipwright, are planning to return and go across the sea to conquer Westeros once more. So Westeros must, for Westeros to survive and for the race of men to survive, Westeros must be united into all 9 realms must be under one banner, as well as beyond the wall as well. And perhaps other areas in the world, depending on how far we go with this series. But yeah, many people went with Aeron. So Aeron got a load of support. I'll go for that in a second. He also got some support from Silkhead, and along with the deal that Viserys would be released once ideally most of Westeros is conquered and other. Because Lysandra won't send Viserys to die if he's not going to send Viserys to die necessarily unless victory is going to be known, is certain. Eventually, they would go north. While they could start and gain some support in the Three Seas to invade, instead, Aeron decided that all of the race of men must be united, and that even that included the wildlings as well. So he went north to Hardhome. Upon reaching Hardhome, he demanded the surrender of the current Lord of Hardhome, who was Mor's Heart Whisperer, who, on the sight of 2 giant dragons, Silverwing and Cannibal, as well as the smaller dragon, Morning, and the small force that had arrived, Mors decided, yep, I'm going to surrender. And also Mors was quite interested and actually fascinated by this Dragon Lord, as well as his sons and wildlings around, and formed a bit of a cult around the Dragon Lord. Aeron promised Mor's Heart Whisperer his family plenty of lands and titles if they would help, and if they would surrender Hardhome and help or aid Aeron with their armies, again with retaking of the lands beyond the wall, and eventually later in the line would call ourselves kings beyond the wall and then conquer the north and go from there. So that is what will happen eventually. So the idea is that we're going to conquer the lands beyond the wall eventually, then and start. But what's the word? I'm speaking too fast. Sorry. We'll take the lands beyond the wall and eventually begin our conquest of Westeros, slowly but surely. Eventually, by the end of Aeron's lifetime, we should have conquered Westeros and the Seven Kingdoms, or whatever the Seven... I don't think it will be the Seven Kingdoms. I think it's just default Seven Kingdoms will just return. And there you go. So eventually Aeron the First will arrive. Aegon the Second is still technically Aegon the Second, so that will be his... He may come back again, who knows? It might be Aegon the Conqueror reborn, who knows? Aegon's the Undying because he's been resurrected, makes sense. And Aeron is the Fair because he's most handsome to look upon. So, yeah. The ideal Targaryen prince, I suppose. Also, when Aegon revealed all this stuff to Aeron, Or Aeron revealed it to Aegon. Aegon decided that he would give him the Blackfire sword and also legitimize him as a legitimate Targaryen rather than just a bastard. That's what Aegon did. He felt as if it would give him more claim to the throne, and that's what happened. So let's go through the courtiers and who's with us. So first of all, we've got Aeron Targaryen. So that's us. That is the character we are playing as. I can sort of jump out of the giant, massive hour recap we did and go from there. This video may be like an hour just to just so it's not just me talking. 2 hours. So it's 2 hour special for the Targaryen Dynasty. Let's go. Woo! Oh yeah, videos nowadays are going to be in HD, by the way, for those unaware. I had an issue with OBS where 4K quality just fucked my videos. If I tried to put my videos into 4K, it sort of just caused massive issues. The videos themselves would stutter and freeze, and it would just be fucking horrible. So, which is the role of HD. 4K doesn't really add much to my videos. I just don't think it's necessary. So we've got Aeron, who comes with Blackfire, of course, with Valyrian Steel Sword. His combat skills very good. He's got strong Chosen by Lord, Dragon Dream, Shrewd, Formidable Fighter plus 80, Ruthless plus 15, Brave 20, Blackfire 20, and Blood the Conqueror plus 5. Mor's Heart Whisperer is a guy, so eventually would give his family the lands of Hardhome again. It might make his family the sort of like lords of the Beyond the Wall, I suppose, as, you know, well done for joining them. Johanna the Black Swan was a swan that was back with the whole wars of Valyria, with the Stepstones, when Daemon turned up and dealt with the Crab Feeder. Johanna was captured and taken to Lys as a sex slave. Eventually, she rose to the top and became the mistress of the house, of the pleasure houses, and yeah. Johanna's sort of bored of that sort of part of her life and has offered to join and decided to come with Aeron, hoping for more lands and titles, and maybe hoping to expand herself, really. And also the chance to marry the future king of Westeros is very high, hence there was quite a few women here, so we have a few choices. We've got John Mudd. We've got the Mudds, who are with, I think they're in the court of the King's Land anyway. So the Mudds are here, so who wants the Kings of Rivers and Hills. So maybe we'll restore them to the ancient birthright. And also his son, John Mudd, who's a baby. We've got Tyrion Lannister, who was, we've seen Jason, who's dead at this point. In the lore, he dies. And Tyrion gets subjected to tortures, hence why he's castrated and blinded and disfigured. Yeah. Some of the Lannisters have gone and joined us, such as, where are they? Tyshaira has joined us. Syrell joined us. Lorien Lannister joined us. Some of them have adopted the R'hllor faith, not everyone. But most of them have come and joined us. I think there's a few, yeah. Oh, Owen came as well. He's quite old, so I don't think he'll be around long. Rickard, he stayed at Lannisport. So yeah, some of the Lancers who had lost their titles, and we get into that later, but they lost their titles and have come to join us in the north, hoping to regain their titles in due course. Miles Hightower, we spoke of him earlier. Hunnemore was one of the maces down over in King's Landing. Eustace was a Septon. Mantine, Valyrian, some of the Valyrians came and joined us, such as Mantine, Rogar, I suppose. Yeah, Rogar. So any other ones around? No, I think most of the other Valyrians are with Corlys. So we've got two of the Valyrians with us, hoping to regain to get some new titles, I suppose. Julian Worm, we got Aemon Targaryen, who's the bastard, who I might legitimize, or I might give him his own little cadet branch house with C. I'm not too sure yet. We'll look into that. Julian Wormwood, which is don't know who he is actually. He's just in the court, so I just took him with us. Alicent Hightower has come north to, obviously, her only son and one remaining grandchild is left. So Alicent has no other choice but to come north, other than risk being possibly killed in King's Landing. Heart Whisperer is, I think, the son of the guy. Yeah, he is. So the Heart Whisperers are all with us and will join us, and will eventually become. In my mind, I'd like to give them the Lord Paramountcy of the Beyond the Wall later down the line. Waynwood is another one of the maesters. Moreno Rogier, who I want to one day name to the King's Guard, so I'll try and keep him unmarried for as long as I can. Lysaro is around, married to some lowborn chick. I could have made him a King's Guard, but he's married. Doesn't matter. Where have we got to? Silverwing, of course, which is my dragon, who's 99 and is an incompetent commander apparently. Cannibal's a cool, interesting trait. He's got Ravenous, which increases size growth and personal combat skill. Cannibal is known for eating his own other dragons as well, which does, of course, happen. Craze, so makes his taming chance pretty low. Actually, I had to remove that trait for Aegon to actually tame him, because it just wouldn't work otherwise. And I didn't really want to start this series with just one dragon rider. Well, I guess two, but one. Well, the other dragon rider is 0 years. The other dragon is 0 years old. I kind of wanted to have Cannibal around as the Targaryen dragon. Comes with Roth as well. We've got Jahara. I will eventually marry these people off as we go along. We'll see what happens there. I've got the Brackens, who are loyal to the Greens before, not Rhaenyra. So Hoster and Raymond Bracken are with us. Quavo Fassar, who is the heir to the Lordship of Atlantis. Owen Lannister, we mentioned him. We've got Mushroom, who's come to join us. John Mudd, Marston of Dragonstone. Raylan Rivers, a Bracken bastard. Lothar Bracken. Lysara Regier, who's fucking pretty badass. Formidable fighter, brilliant commander. Like, she is really good. Kingsguard material writer. We've got this guy, who's another cadet branch of the Targaryens. So definitely some lands and titles can be given to him there. So Aemon, who's also married to his sister. Sarah Stoss, we mentioned them earlier. Ceres. And his sister wives. Sarah Stark, who's a bastard. Can't legitimize her, so that's out of the table. Alysanne Blackwood, who had no real other choice but to come north with us, either than go back to home, but they would have known she betrayed the Starks, so there was no going back for her really. Lucas Loston, who eventually the family takes over Harrenhal one day, which they might do in this scenario, who knows. Lysono Rojar, a bastard. Most of the Rogers are people that we've grown up with, so we are aware of their existence. Baylor and Rhaena. Rhaena is the one with the dragon. Makoro Vassar, I think. We've got Tom Tangletongue, Tom Tanglebeard. We've got Alfred Broom, Giles Belgrave. We've got Scammon, some random wildling, Abor wildling, Hallis a wildling, Alder, Owen, Maris, Jenna, yeah. Canna, Dyer, there's a lot of these names, Harrig, Piney again, Rogolf Crow, more of the Scosi actually, which is interesting. Wonder why he's here. Ario Carinus, one of the Valantine lords, relative of the brother of that place. Helena Fassar, Mahra Roger, we mentioned him earlier, and Tyriana, who is a red priest who came north to aid Aeron. So yeah, we have quite a few marriage choices. I can't marry her because she's a red priest, but there you go. So I'll go for the kingdoms that happened. Basically, the knights, with what happened with the Iron Throne being diminished, it led to the rising up of a lot of kings. Many people call themselves kings and just declare themselves kings of lots of places, and it also spread across the globe as well. So with Kraken start calling himself King of the North, it led to a few other rebellions in his territory, such as the Sisters, who were once, I think they were once their own sort of lords and stuff a long time ago, who had held no sort of no loyalty to the lords and stuff like that. So the three sisters rose, and they basically rallied up lots of troops, lots of pirates came from the Stepstones to aid them, and lots of mercenaries. They started raiding a lot of the coast and brought together a lot of pirates and Valemen, and they basically went pirate mode. And Sunderland's a cool house. I'd love to do like a little Sunderland series with that at some point. And they got this army together. They declared themselves kings of the three sisters, which I'm using sort of the wildling one there, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. Maybe the wildling, maybe the mountain clans also joined with them as well. That's the idea. And Sunderland basically took over this area, the three sisters. He quickly took the lands of Crow's Baron and Scorched Vale, and also set himself upon a higher target, that being White Harbour. He took White Harbour, sacked it, and basically the settlement was his. Instead of wiping out most of the houses, he allowed them to live as bannermen, although they're not exactly... Well, they do love him because Maron chose to return their lands to them rather than take them for himself. Oldcastle fell, and so did Willow's Watch, and so lands in that area all belong to the Kingdom of the Three Sisters. In the North clans, who were once their own kingdom long ago, under Flynn of the Mountain Clans, declared himself king once more. I could have gone a step further and made like the Barra Kings. If I go back a bit, not there. Yeah, I could have made the king of the Barrowlands, king of the Neck if I wanted to, but I didn't do that in the end. I didn't want to go too OP with it. But the North clans, I made them rebel as well as so the Flints rise in rebellion, as well as last half of the Umbers who decide to break away from the Starks and take up arms with Hofer, as well as Skogosi as well, who are not really fans of Stark rule. So the North is basically in a precarious situation. With regards to the Ironborn, Dalton got his wish and took over the Rock. However, there were some issues and rebellions that took place long after that. Dalton went a bit further. Instead of like sticking with just the Westlands, he went further, and with the deal basically breaking up and there not being the Seven Kingdoms well, there sort of was the Seven Kingdoms, but with how sort of fucked up everything, Dalton took advantage and conquered as much of the Westeros as possible, and that's what he did. So he went and took over the Sea Dragon Point, giving his uncle Balon control of the Stony Shore. He gave him that. Flint's finger fell to the Greyjoys, and Flints were allowed to live. The Ironborn obviously controlled the Iron Islands. They also took Seaguard as well, breaking the Malice's armies. The Westlands is all theirs to say. I'll go through that in a sec. They also took Old Oak as well. They took over the Old Town. Eventually, the High Septum went a bit mad and became... Well, this High Tower dude took over his High Septum, deposing the other guy, and basically, he had no other choice but to bend the knee to the Greyjoys other than be killed. They also have the Arbor as well, and also control the Shield Irons, which was renamed to the Misty Irons upon the taking of it by the Ironborn. The Ironborn control the Westerlands by Varon Greyjoy, Dalton's brother. Dalton went a bit over the top and started to proclaim himself as a bit of a god, really, and decided that he would have no need of mortal names, and decided to declare himself as the Red Kraken Reborn, or the Grey King Reborn, who famously never actually had a name. He was just called the Grey King, and now Dalton's basically called himself the Red King / Red Kraken King, basically. So they control this, but unfortunately there's a war going on. The Rains, one of the second most powerful house in the Westerlands, but the Lancers gone. They took up arms and rose in rebellion against, and taking what lands and lords they could gather to join them, they rose in rebellion against the Greyjoys. So King Bertrand is here. He's actually fighting. Well, technically he's fighting the war. There's a whole big war going on. I'll go for that later. You got the Trident, the Tullys, who declared themselves kings of the Trident. A bit miffed off because Harrenhal had been lost. And also the Ironborn are taking land. So the Tullys are not in a favourable position. Harrenhal was his own sort of, I guess, Lord Paramountcy. It's not really a kingdom. So maybe they still owe some sort of allegiance to, I suppose, the King of the North. We'll see what happens there, I suppose. The King of the Mountain of Vale, Queen of the Mountain of Vale, lost north that bit up there, and they also lost this land here, basically cutting them off from the outside world. So I imagine there will be some wars for the reclamation of some territories later down the line. But the Queen Jane the Maid is now the Queen of Mountain and Vale. Moving down to the Narrow Sea, Corlys Velaryon naturally has declared himself Prince of the Narrow Sea and declared himself king of that area. Well, I guess prince, I suppose. And he controls half right now. Corlys took as much land as possible. He controlled the seas and basically went in, took as much territory as possible. Took Chirin Brook, bringing the Kingswood Lords into his line. Haystack Hall fell relatively easily, bringing them to the land. Bringing the Wentwaters, I suppose, into the fold. Massey's Hook was also always part of. So Massey's Hook, Dragonstone, Claw Isle and Driftmark was basically part of this anyway. He had no trouble with the Whispers, and he also took Tarth as well. Dragonstone is held by his son and heir, Alan Velaryon. And given Corlys' age, I'd imagine it won't be long until Alan takes the throne. So basically, when Bernard and the King of the North turned us back in King's Landing, all of a sudden Robert of the Dustlands showed up, who is the uncle of the current Lord of Duskingdale. He rose up with his brother to basically declare themselves kings, well, not really together. Robert was the eldest, so he assumed the title of king, while Daemon supported him as king. They took many troops from Duskingdale, sailed Rang, and rallied up many troops they could, and took over the Red Keep and King's Landing. When they arrived, they basically garnered up much support in the area. Many lords and stuff that weren't particularly keen with either Baratheon or Lannister or Tyrell rule, or perhaps even Stark rule, basically joined up with the king, with Robert Darkland, who pretty quickly proclaimed with the blessing of the Mallorys, Blackwater Rush, Tumbleton, Merryweather, Legard, Withers, and some other lords in the area. He declared himself King of the Dustlands, which was an old title held by King Dark of the Dustlands couple thousand years ago. So with that in mind, he declared himself King of that area. And there's also a war going on between them at the moment, and we'll go for that later on. But yeah, that happened. Now onto the Reach, which has strategically allied themselves with the Stormlands. She's married Emmon Tyrell, matrilineal of course. And he's married a Baratheon, so they've basically both got alliances. Not a war of anybody, but they've reached in the Stormlands together in their precarious situation, with them being conquered with them losing lots of lands to the Dustlands and Iron Isles, and also the Straits of Tarth and the Narrow Sea have rebelled. In a difficult position there. There was another lord, Lionel, who was around, but he died of illness. Honestly, I couldn't do anything with like a baby, so I just had them killed off basically. Sounds really bad, but yeah. Oliver had the Red Death and died. How he got that, I don't know. But let's just say it was spread to him by pirates when they attacked the Stormlands and all that, and it fell into him. Storm Queen Cassandra is now Queen of the Stormlands, or what she has of it, I suppose. The Reach obviously currently controls this part of the Reach. Not really that powerful, but Trollmech must controls a chunk of it. The Esselmonts called themselves King no longer bending to the Stormland, the Baratheons. The Baratheons were pretty no kings. Maybe they really respected the likes of the Durandons or the Storm Kings that ruled before, but the Baratheons were no Storm Kings, and Esselmont saw his chance and took it, and rose in rebellion, declared themselves as King of the Straits of Tarth. He convinced Lord Stannis Wild to join, as well as Galbert of the Red Watch as well. So they rose in rebellion, and obviously Dawn, which is basically untouched from the war. However, given with the whole people declaring themselves kings and stuff like that, it also gave way to kings inside of Dawn to be raised, which obviously threaten. Considering Dawn is a principality, it threatens Dornish rule, I suppose. Jormund declared himself King Morris of the Red March, Gerald of Stone Sky, Blackmont as King Audrey of the Blackmont, Andre of the Blackmont, sorry, and King Edric of the Torrentine. Maron Coran has declared that he will have them stripped of their kingdom titles, as he sees it as a tyranny to his reign and possible treason to his entire reign. Whether or not the Lords of Dawn here will agree to such demands remains to be seen. Perhaps they may break free, who knows. But that's the situation in Westeros. Moving over to Essos, one of the Pentoshi Lords declared themselves King of Andalos. He's outnumbered, and I don't know how he's going to cope with all that's what's around him, but we'll be interested to see if this new Kingdom of Andalos actually survives. Survives the test of time, I suppose. Excuse me. Sarnor has declared themselves High Kings, because why not? They've also started the war on Umber as well. That's going on. Esaria who once a Korrick Lord, has broken free and declared himself Archon of Esaria, or King, I suppose. Guess whichever way you want to look at it, I suppose. The Rhoynar is now a thing. This pirate queen has basically saw opportunity to declare himself Queen of the Rhoynar, and that's what she's done. Is there another guy that's declared King of something, I think? I'm not too sure. No, I could be wrong there. Also, the Emperor of New Valyria is a thing. Triac Colloquo has called himself the Emperor of New Valyria and rebelled against the Valantine overlords. The Venatus family, which is a family I really like, mainly because they have a Valyrian steel sword, and I just think they're really cool. And I love the Scorpion banner. They've also declared themselves Kings of the Stepstone, so that'd be interesting. Let's see what they do there. And you've had this guy to mention earlier. High King Odin Gaxho of the Summer Seas, now I guess the Emperor of the High King of that area. So he'll probably go ahead and conquer many of the lands around. As well as King Kahuro also claimed himself a king as well. Moving on to sort of Foros. Narth was sort of just done being the lords of Narth and decided to call themselves kings. And dared anyone else to take that title. The Bastards Isles is still their own thing, led by the Sons. So that's ongoing. Gis is now its own empire, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'll go through the wars and stuff. Illyria is now its own kingdom, so they try and reclaim North Valyria, I'd imagine. This guy's declared himself Emperor of Karth, so that's interesting. There's a king down here over in Morak. There's a king over here in the Shadowlands. Declare themselves a king of the Shadow, which is basically all the Shy. How lucky you get, I could not say. Also, Herkun is now a kingdom once more. Patriarch, I should say. And the guys, one big kingdom, so just Nefer as a high lordship. And I think that's basically it. I think I did make... Oh yeah, I made a Dothraki one big title, I think. Did I? Can't remember if I did that or not. I might not, obviously. No, I might have changed my mind on that part. Never mind. But yeah, let's go for the wars. There's a lot of wars ongoing. Hi, is there a way I can show you about making it? Hang on. If we go to Ledger, it might show the wars. Here we go. So there's currently a Giscari, Astapor, and Dejur war over Astapor. So Giscar is now expanding themselves as an empire and going for Astapor. There's a Greenlay slave raid. What's that about? Is that anything I've set up? No, I don't think so. Harrenhal has now declared war on... Bernard Stark's declared war on Blackwater, attempting to gather more land there. Ironborn have now declared war... The Red Kraken declared war on the Rock for the Crag. They want that back. There's a war against the Dothraki there. Not too bothered. It's not as... The Dothraki will fight each other. Morak declared himself war on... What's that? War against... Let me just look at it as like one by one. Come on, that. Let me just look at it all, because otherwise I'll confuse myself. So Morak is attacking... Yeah, attacking these guys for the Dejur War. This guy's now attacking Karth, which might either go well for him, I don't know. The Kingdom of the Shadows going after these lands, this land here and this one here. Might be a bit over his boots there, that one there, but we'll see how he goes with that. It's not, sorry. Asari isn't really in a position to conquer anything, so they're just laying in dormant. Emperor of New Valyria is going after this place up here, and he's also going after Golden Bridge as well. So, attempting to try and reclaim his lands as he goes. The Three Daughters declared war on Bravos for a embargo war. Well, yeah, so this guy was attacking Last Laments over here, for taking it over, basically, and this guy's also attacking these guys. For the conquest of that, I suppose. Pentos is doing nothing now. Core's not doing anything. Oh yeah, Sarnel's attacking these guys for the reunification of their lands. We've got Dawn, which will eventually have a civil war the way it looks. The Reach is neutral. The Durandon's wrong family. Baratheons are neutral. Tarth is attacking. Yeah, attacking. Prince Corlys for Tarth, which is basically their name of their kingdom, and they want it back. Tarth has got a few alliances, and they are allied with the Archon of Myr and Lys for a couple of alliances, marriage alliances there, so that's interesting. And also Corlys, of course, is defending has made an alliance with the Trident, or the Tullys, with a marriage between Alan and Elise Tully? Really blue eyes there, Jesus. So the Tullys are coming to aid them in that war, which is interesting to see. The difference between if they win that war, we need to be with Lys and Myr's support. So if they're going to have any chance of winning that at all. Yes, the Iron Balls, as I said earlier, were attacking the Crag. The Iron Isles has the backing of Lord Paramount of the Westerlands, obviously. He doesn't have any men, apparently. It's also got the backing of the North clans through an alliance. What was it? Lady Gudrun Hurlfrost. Yeah, so he's married... Oh yeah, one of the sisters of the king. So they've made a bit of an alliance there, so the Flints are coming south to aid against the Ironborn. As in, sort of, I guess, sort of a... If you help us in this war, we'll let you deal with... We'll let you, carry on with your conquest and fighting with the North. We won't raid your lands, basically. So that's ongoing. The King Bertram the Rock has also got an alliance with his sisters, through an alliance with Victor and Moroni, which is Aeron's son, with Morone Sunderland, and they are now, and the sisters are also coming to aid as well. So that will also be quite a large war there. The Vale's not doing anything; they're not doing much at the moment. They're just peaceful. Oh yes, so we're attacking each other here over the Blackwater, which is just a bit here. Was it actually? No, yeah, it's Blackwater Rush. It's just that bit there. And the Starks aren't doing anything, and that's essentially it in Westeros. There's not a whole lot going on. Some civil wars will probably break out between the sort of faction of the Night's Watch that sort of decided to call themselves kings, Knights King, instead of just being called Lord Commanders. They decide why not be call ourselves kings of the Night's Watch, and that's what this guy here has done. How long that will go well with the Lords of the Night's Watch, I don't know. There might be a bit of a civil war there. We have to wait and see. And that is basically the setting. I'm sorry I've gone for so long going through all this, but this is the kind of series that will result in... We'll need a lot of context for this to make any kind of sense. Did Lyra die? No, I didn't start a war with Dagar. I'll let him do it on his own. Buy myself a few wars just to get things going, really, and kick off the setting, I suppose. Is there anything I've missed at all? Have I missed anything out at all? Not particularly, no. I don't think so. But I guess we should probably start get a move on with what yeah, so our goal, I suppose, is going after the settlements of the Night's Watch. We can do Dragon Conquest. That's what we'll basically be doing, and we can't apparently. No, maybe, okay, we're looking to that, but eventually that is basically what we'll be doing. Providing it lets me, it should do, because we have a dragon, so we should be able to just take everything. Not sure, but we're looking to that, I suppose. If I have to give myself a title to do it, then so be it, but yeah. So Aeron's ambition, what is Aeron's ambition, is probably to... I guess, yeah, becoming Sodom on men. He's ambitious, so it makes sense. War focus is, I guess, seduction probably for now, but yeah. Aegon's will carouse and fall in love, so we'll probably get him married up at some point. Right now, I want to get a martial focus. I want her to be pretty good military-wise. She's got, I guess, stewardship. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Taishari can be educated at court. And better military one as well, please. Chihari can be etiquette, whatever that means, I don't know. Humility, and finally, oh no, wrong one. Viserys, I can actually give you a, yeah, I guess pride then. We got a different sigil, which I'll show you in a second. Right, let's go for the council. So we did Castellan, so who's the best we got? Definitely Thailand, yeah, take him. He can be the hand of the king, or the Castellan, I suppose. Hardhome's quite a shit region. I don't think it's going to be like my capital or anything. I don't think so, but it will be our base of operations for a while. So I ideally want this place to be quite good. What we got in here? So we're at full levy with basically everything, so that's fine. I guess... can't really put the levies thing up any more, I guess. Yeah, Pacify would give us at least more of the levy reinforcement rate, so I guess that will help. Treasurer would take Moors, that makes sense. He's joined us, so yeah. I guess Cactus, that's fine. Justicar, we don't really have anyone that's really, I guess, yeah, Kane, I suppose he's probably the best choice. Perform Statecraft, Muster Arms should definitely be, yeah, Lysara, definitely. She can train children. Spy Master, I'll probably take Johan the Black Swan, I guess. Court Physician would take Hanim, I don't know who's the best, actually. Orwell's been around for a while, and he's, so I guess we name him the Court Physician. Red Priest would be Tayana, which we basically have converted it all over to... Excuse me. We have converted Hardtime over to Relore. That was done pretty easily. Most of the lords were very enamored by dragons and shown the power of the Red God, so they were quite on board with that. Charity, yeah, we'll do that. Designated Regent, that I think should probably be... Aegon, yeah. Aegon, definitely. Bodyguard, let's have a look. So, 90. Yeah, you're definitely going to be in the bodyguard. Lucas Lawson, 75. 60. 75 again. 40. 50. 45. 120. Oh, Aegon, yeah, definitely should be my bodyguard. A bit risky, but, you know, that should be fine. Raylon Bracken, 75. 75 for Lofston. Is there anyone that's above 75 at all? Not particularly. I guess you'll do. You're 75. What's that other trait? Is that our teenager trait, probably? Let's find our final 60. 75. I'll go for Raylon Bracken then. Cupbearer, I guess Aegon makes sense. He's, you know, our friend and loyal. Although Kingsguard would make actually better sense. But no, I'll give it to Aegon, that's fine. Court tutor, someone with martial education. So, yeah, Lucas definitely can be the court tutor. We only have 2 commander slots, so I guess that would probably... I don't really want to... It would make sense for us to have Aegon as another, like, dragon rider with us, but I don't want to make it too overpowered. So I'll settle for Lucas Lofston and Owen, one of the wildlings. Makes sense. Yeah, that works. One of my vassals, you can have High Almoner. Yeah, you're not that loyal, so I guess we'll give it to you. Just to make people like us, so that's that. There's nothing else we can do here. We are agnatic cognate sonority, because we're in the wildlings, so the eldest will take the lands, so that would be Aegon if we were to die, which will change eventually as time goes on. Can I abolish the cat? No, I won't bother. That's fine. So, I don't know if we can reform... I don't know if we can reform this or not. I don't think we can. I'm pretty sure there should be an option that says reform, but I don't think there is. No, I don't think we can, actually. Can become favored chosen by law, and so gain access to mysterious protection from healing abilities. So we might get the healing abilities, that'd be cool. So that's around societies. I'm not in any societies. Whether or not we jump into any, I don't quite know. We're looking for that, I suppose. There's no factions. Looking at Dragon Dreams, might do that later on. We can return to our traditional sigil. I don't think we'd delve into slave trade. I don't think that doesn't really work for our character. There's a few dragons things around. There's a dragon egg around. Viserys has 2 dragon eggs, which is cool. So the future of the dragon line lies with Viserys. Might forge some armor at some point. Military don't have a lot of troops. Can raise the far. It has a holy order, so that might come in handy. We do have enough piety, so we could do that. Because they have vassals, they won't do it. That's annoying. That's a shame. Council. Yeah, I guess we need to sort of now decide who the hell we marry. Because we want alliances in this game. Not particularly. I mean, we could probably... the idea is that we're going to conquer every single kingdom in Westeros. And go from there, I suppose. We of course want to secure our alliances and support with Volantis. But with Volantis, if Triarch Valyrian wants to die, Helena wouldn't be... There wouldn't be an alliance left for me. It'd be gone. Same with the Triarch. I'm pretty sure that's... yeah, I don't... Yeah, I like the idea of getting alliances with the Lords of Volantis and stuff like that, but the thing is that their alliances is going to swap hands a lot. I just don't think it's a good idea. I've got a few women who are my... Tiana, maybe we're screwing the Red Priest, who the hell's knows? Who the hell's knows? I don't know. Morito to Lysara, which I kind of want in the Kingsguard. Sarah Snow wouldn't be a bad option, because she does have a claim on the north. I doubt we won't become kings in the north for very long. Even if we do, it might work, I suppose. I'll say Blackwood, I guess, but that's not much of an alliance there. Doesn't really give me much. Of course, we could marry our sisters. That would be in keeping with Targaryen tradition, I suppose. Ideally, I'd like someone that is the Valyrian features, so like we can carry on this sort of the Valyrian look in our family. So we could marry Roger, I suppose. She's our same heir, I suppose. Like, sorry, who's the other one? Helena. I kind of feel as if we should, because like we've been involved with the Valyrians, so it makes sort of sense, I suppose. I'm not too keen on going ahead with the whole incest thing just yet. We'll see how that develops, I suppose. Is there another Valyrian? Lysinian Rogel woman that I brought with us? I don't think so. Nah, that's it. I think we should marry, as we got support from the Volantis guys, we should marry Helena. And it's either that or we marry Lysara, I suppose. It would make sense because she's really formidable fighter, attractive, quick. Whereas Helena doesn't have any of those traits, apart from Thair, but we already have that, so it doesn't really matter. I guess Lysara. I suppose Lysara would be probably a fitting queen, and if maybe down the line we might get Rogel some land in Westeros, so let's do that. We'll marry her. Might be a bit of prestige there, but that's fine. Do we possibly... Could we have got Makoro, so I could give him some titles and stuff. Maybe. I think we should marry Helena off to Aegon. That secures them. Was that Lannister I saw? Because I want to get the Lannisters married off. So I want the Lannisters on my side. Eventually I'm going to give them their titles back. So Lauren could ideally marry Jaehaera. I don't know if Jaehaera would agree to that idea, but yeah, we need alliances, and that's what we're going to do. Jaehaera's the older one, so you know she definitely has the chance to do her own thing. Oh, I'll quickly seduce my wife as well. Yeah, so we get Jaehaera married off to them, and ideally we could see if we can get any alliances with my sisters. I mean, there's one alliance there, the Tullys, that would be one, definitely. What about anyone in my court? Most of them are a little old for Merida, but I want him for the King's Guard. Rogar, there. Lucas possibly could be decent. I could give him some lands and titles. Makoro would be an idea because I can give him probably lands. So I might marry Makoro off to... I'm putting the family in a precarious situation here. But I think because possibly we are going to lose... we will lose prestige, and we also won't have as many Targaryens around, but again, it makes the game harder, and I'm all up for harder. I've got a lot of hours in this game, so I'm open to making this game difficult than normal. Now the other sister, who do we marry her off to? And Mud's already married off, isn't he, I think? Yeah, he is. Maybe alliance with the Wildlings, possibly? I could possibly get matrilineal so the Targaryens eventually take over in Beyond the Wall. Baela is the elder sister here, so possibly, say if it went to shit and, I don't know, Aegon died, I died, Viserys suddenly died, and if Baela was to take over, she'd be sort of next in line. So what I might do is betroth a matrilineal to the Wildling dude. I can find... There it is. Because in my court, they can't do a lot about it, but I might do that. And do that. We got a low prestige hit there, but that's fine. We will recover. What do we do with the others? Stark. Corley's Valyron's way too old. I won't marry her, though. You're here, aren't you? Yeah, I could marry to Fassar, but I've already got, like, an alliance set there. But then again, I wouldn't mind increasing the marriages and stuff in the area. Perhaps an alliance of Blackwood would be wise. Yeah. As reward for helping us again in the wars and well, eventually helping us, I suppose. We want to get whoever, because you're not going to inherit anything, so it doesn't really matter. Draco. No, you're actually over there. Where is the other Rogers in the area? Ah, Lysano. Who's a bastard though, so I can't really give him much in the way of titles. Any brothers? Ah, Mara here. Yeah, I guess you can marry the Stark girl. As for the Lannisters, we have Lannisters. I don't know who really the Lannisters would be best to marry, really. Because I have to keep in mind that it's going to eventually aid the Lannisters more than it will aid me. So I think for the time being, I'm going to leave that for now. We will come back to that, I think. I will probably educate both my sisters. Oh, we got the Serenars, but they're married to each other, so that's fine. But I think we're good to go, basically. That's everything. I'm sorry this video's been so long, and we haven't even started the game. It's been a one giant video, just me going through and explaining what's going to happen. Fucking hell. We'll play for a bit, and then I'll stop playing there. Because I want to get in some Transformers Dark of the Moon for an hour, and then I'll probably end that off there. Hopefully, that video shouldn't be as long, because I won't spend as long talking. But yeah, sorry that it's been long talking, but I feel as if I think a lot of people appreciate the context and talking and lore behind the entire series, rather than me just jumping straight into it and letting you guys, basically making you guys ponder what the hell's going on. And my videos will get flooded with comments saying, who's this character? Why is that character doing that? Why is this character doing that? Why is this character doing that? And why is he this? And why has he not done this and done that? And I'd rather like spend an hour and a bit, like nearly 2 hours going through and explaining who the characters are than going like, oh, and then just having to go through all the comments and, no. So, yeah, we're not doing that. Right, let's make it saves in case the game crashes. Oh, no, it's not overwriting the Mud Dynasty. That would fucking be annoying. That's why I have 2 saves in case I do something stupid with the other one. Right, let's begin. Oh, refuse the revocation. Oh, yeah, that's something I was doing back screwing around. So, yeah, this is my little faction symbol, I was going to say. In my mind, it's meant to be like a reference to Caraxes, the blood worm, with its own little sigil. And we'll probably change that as time goes on. But essentially, that would just give us the normal Targaryen sigil. Oh, Aemond, I forgot about you, buddy. Let's see if I can get you married off to... Yeah, maybe not. Okay. I don't really want to marry a 12-year-old, to be honest, but that's... Yeah, I'll believe that's it, I suppose. That's fine. We can enjoy that. She'll be mine. Well, please report your errands. Oh, because a bunch of people have now become R'hllor. I think that was in the event I was doing, so I guess that basically just makes everybody R'hllor, I guess. Okay. There you go. Okay. Can we now... the recent versions of Hardhome to R'hllor cause great unrest in the unfaithful parts of your realm. But yeah, I'm really excited to play the Targaryens with House of Dragon coming out. Well, it's been out for the last 5 weeks now. I watched episode 5 today. It was fun. With that coming out, it really got me into the mood to play as the Targaryens. So I did. Dragon Cannibal is a ravenous beast who regularly roams the lands of Hardhome. Yeah, that's expected with that dragon, to be honest. He is a right pain. So you can see the different sigils now of the houses. So Darkland has their own little sigil for the kingdom. So does Harrenhal. So does the Tullys, Rains, the Greyjoys. The Flints as well, that's cool. Interestingly, Sunderlands don't, which is, again, quite interesting. Who's that? Oh, is she going to be like Court Bard or something? Well, it's time for the loans, I suppose. Here we go. Yeah, I guess we need to sort of go with the, Aaron comes first, I suppose. I guess it'll be a dual wedding, I suppose. A lot of people might be surprised that I let Aegon live, but I feel as if Aegon's a really misunderstood character. He's not evil, it's just fucking... It's just been... His life's been... He's been pushed into the throne that he doesn't really want, and unfortunately pushed into a war he doesn't really want either. And while it could have been resolved in a bit of diplomacy, Aegon just... Yeah, it didn't. And it got so bloodthirsty when Lucerys was murdered by Aemond. Daemon murdered his son Jaehaerys. It turned to a fucking blood war. And I just like the idea. I could have easily killed off Aegon for like, I don't know, just to make it easy on the game and in the lore. But I figured that having a character like Aegon, who's been like through the shit and is a bit of a misunderstood character, who's not evil, but like I didn't really just want to kill off Aegon. I want Aegon to redeem himself in a way, and make him better, make himself better and stuff like that. Hence why I let him live. The same with Jaime Lannister. I do love the misunderstood characters and characters that have these really good redemption arcs. That's what I love. And yeah, if there's any questions at all that I've missed out that I haven't mentioned about the characters or the lore, do let me know, and I'll try and fill you in as soon as possible. Oh, here we go. The dawn of the Civil War has begun. War against tyranny and King Maurice of Red March. So they've all risen against them. Okay, war against tyranny. A lot of the lords have all taken them arms against them. Which will basically depose Corin and put his heir on the throne. Oh, who's this? The Wildflower has joined us. Who the hell's that? No idea. And maybe I think I might have gone through and requested some people to join the court, and I think I've forgotten who they are. Why can't we do Dragon Conquest? What's this about? Do we have to be like a higher... Oh, I need to be higher than the Lord, I think. So I need to basically have this High Lordship. Which I do kind of control 51%. That's annoying. But anyone mind if I cheated so we can actually take... Actually, no, tell you what, no. No, I won't do it. What we will do instead, I might piss off Kane a bit, but he loves me, so it should be fine. Is in the fabricated claim in First Forest, and that way we'll take it that way. Yeah, we'll take it that way. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll take, which shouldn't hopefully take too long. And then we'll take over that area and start our Dragon Conquest of everything else a lot quicker. Sure. We don't have a load of money, but what's this? Hannibal claims he's a better mason than Aeron. Was he better? He's 24 learning. And Aeron... Oh, hey, what? Aeron. That's Mason Eustace. I don't know what you're on about. Sure. He is actually better. I suppose that's fine. What happened to the other guy? The Estamont dude. Now and again, we'll look down and keep having a look at what's going on in the south. Was it Estamont or was it a Hightower? Or, oh no, Waynwood, wasn't it? Yeah, it was a Waynwood. Oh, yeah, he's still here. Oh, he's still in the court. He's not the Maester for some reason. I thought I made him Maester. Nope, Aegon's forged some Targaryen armor. I would like his crown at some point. Not sure how we get those, but let's see. I'd imagine they will pass to me eventually. Unless he has some sons, I guess, possibly. That could cause some issues, I suppose. Rain asks if a tree falls in the woods, nobody has to hear it, does it make a noise? Can I just answer the question like a normal person? Yeah, that worked actually better than I thought. But yeah, we have the little wedding and I'll wrap things up for the first episode there. The next episode, there will be a bit more going on. We'll probably skip ahead to the point where we get the claim on the First Forest. If it takes really long, I might just use cheats and do it that way. Your half-sister Beta always follows the rules and refuses to cheat when playing games with other children. Aeron may be ruthless, but I don't think he really wants to push it upon his sister. So he's happy for her to remain as a honourable woman. Oh. Treasurer Moores noticed Tom had drunk too much brown ale and tried to dissuade him to drink any more when Tom put on more shoes. Nice one. What's this? What's he on about? What, oh, I know what he's on about. The Crown of the North, isn't it? Yeah, I mean... Is it really a good idea to fight in the start? They have 24,000 men. We have 300. And yes, we have 2 dragons, but I don't think that'll do it. Again, we lose prestige again. Yeah, it's probably a safer idea rather than risk war with. And there's a chance he might not do anything, but like it's just a chance that he could decide to just come north, and we'd be basically fucked. because he'd have so many more troops and we'd be destroyed. That is not a wise choice for the house. All the laws and ladies will find their way home. I didn't really read for most of it, sorry. We have plenty of friends, so that's all good. Okay, now we keep an eye on what's going on elsewhere, I suppose. Nothing's quite happened there yet. Aim is in favour in Harrenhal, so Harrenhal's currently winning. I don't know what Darklands... Oh, hello. He's come first, is he? He's got 31,000 and he's got 20. So he does Dustins do outnumber him. Oh, what's going on here? He's attacking... Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, okay. The Dustins are getting attacked from both sides as well. That's probably why he's busy. He's going after the Rose Road. He wants that back, which is... Hang on. Just basically that little bit there. Which will cut him off there, actually, which is interesting. He's also he's got a tyranny wall, though. Cockles went and has risen up in rebellion, which is interesting. Might distract him there. The Dawn have obviously now gone to rebellion. We've got a war to deal with. We'll deal with that in a sec. He's got a big rebellion going on there. Famous in favour and the... yeah, Tarth is winning that. So far. How's the war in the west going? So we haven't actually clashed swords yet, but we've just been attacked by... Quentin the First Forest has declared an invasion war. Okay. While he does outnumber me, he doesn't have a dragon. I do. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, no, we put all our guys in one big section. The Wildling Commander will take charge of that. Aaron will lead the attack. Let's slow down a bit. So it seems the First Forest is coming. Doesn't seem to have a commander. That would be very unwise. Yeah. Maybe this will give us just cause to attack him later down the line, but yeah. Imagine if Aaron dies in battle here. No, I think it might be okay. They seem to come in here without a general. Sorry, I'm in a bit of a rush with my words right now. I don't know what's happening. I'm dying. I'm dying. No, I'm fine. But yeah, House of Dragon. Can I just say how much I'm enjoying that? Holy shit. I'm really enjoying that. Alright. Do I really want to burn my shit? Not particularly. I'll try and not use that. But the dragon should bring down Sven. Yeah, he's crap. What's that? Oh, it's got some more troops. What? No, we're fine. We have a dragon. I'm not going to rely on anyone else, and I have bloody dragons with me. I like to think that Aegon is also not in the battle. I don't want to risk both my dragon riders and futures of the house. So leaving Aegon to hold Hardhome for the time being is probably best. Him and Cannibal can keep an eye on things, as well as Morning, which we're basically keeping Morning out of it, I suppose, because Morning's basically a baby dragon, very, very young dragon, 7 months old. We don't want to risk that dragon on the field of battle because that could die very easily. So we're keeping Morning out of it and along with Rhaena. And of course Sheep Stealers around as well, but that's... Yeah, what happened with that dragon, I don't know. We'll see there. So the Wildlings of Hardhome claim Prince Aeron Targaryen is not fit to be their ruler. They have rallied behind Hallis in an attempt to... Oh, he's betrayed me. Which he's lost. Was that in that... Where is he? What? No, he's risen up with no men. In my mind, I guess maybe he's trying to join with Sven, possibly, to take over Quentin take over the High Lordship, and then we hope that he'll be granted the Lordship, but that's just not going to work. Because he's already lost. Has he lost? Yeah, he has. Okay. We're sent him to the wall. No, we'll have him executed. Would Aaron have him killed, or would he recruit him? No, I think he's just betrayed us, so like I feel as if Aaron would show that there's no mercy for that thing. Burn him? I don't really want to go down the cruel route, to be honest. But I can have him... I can put him in a tomb. Is that because of my ruthless? I think we just have him killed. Yeah, that'll do. That'll be our first ever kill of the game. There you go. Improved relations. I assume they don't think we're fit to rule because we're not a wildling. I'd assume. Yeah, we've won that. And now we march on first forest, and I'll burn it to the ground. Like, I'm not going to be here very long, so I don't really care. Now we deploy the dragon in the siege, burn it down. Look at that. I'd like to try and take it off him, really, but I can't. And he's got a bloody truce now, so that's going to make mean we can't take that place for ages. Which is a pain. That's fine. We will... Wait, is that... How long is that? The truce sign of the Quen. Does that mean we can't attack him for now 10 years? I'm pretty sure it does. Oh, new Lord Commander. Oh. Oh, what happened with the High Lord, the Kingdom, then? Oh. Oh, you got abdicated. Oh, okay. So what happened with the Kingdom of... what happened with that whole kingdom thing? Let me have a look. I'm guessing that went down the hill. Oh no, he got imprisoned. Okay, so there was like a little rebellion there. But what happened here? Did they go north and attack? I think they did. Yeah, they did actually go north and attack them. So that means we can't attack this guy for now like 10 so years. We can do a slave raid. Doesn't seem to be like anything about peace treaties, so I assume it's fine. Marriage you please, matter. Do not care. Oh, you've married... Okay, that's kind of weird, but sure. You've married the swan chick. That I don't know if they're actually getting any kids out of that, but... Considering the guy is 66, so I think he's... I'd assume he's probably past it. They're getting now attacked by rebels. It's quite a decent force as well. See, the Barkun, the Warg Hunt. Okay. Oh, he wants to... Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe he just got bored of Viserys' court, so he just sent them home. Now, who do we marry Viserys to? I guess a Lannister, possibly. Umber? Umber's got some decent traits, actually. Considering we're sort of on good terms with the Lannisters, I suppose... Yeah, maybe an alliance with Elseth would work. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, I think that would work. Secure us with the Lannisters when we eventually give back their lands. He's married to Gwen's and Wilding. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so after this series, after this little episode here, we will skip ahead quite a few turns. Turns? Wrong bloody... No, I've lost some money, great. Nice one. Has she come of age? Yes, she has. Brilliant Commander, awesome. What does sister get? Also got Brilliant Commander, awesome. Not even military skilled either, but that's cool. I'll take that. Viserys, you can be educated by myself. I'll force train you as well, mate. And we'll also... I want to say Aemon, but I'm going to actually focus on Jahara for the time being. What was that? Oh, I haven't decided yet, have I? Aemon, you can stay under the tutelage of Lofston for the time being. Yeah, so they've become commanders. Awesome. You can now become... yeah, go for that. That's fine. Lorien can have that. And this is the traditional sigil, by the way. So basically just a Targaryen sigil. But I'm going to go for the Warlike sigil for the time being, so I quite like it. We'll repay our loan eventually. That will eventually happen. 2% in favour of the Rogue Kraken. He's currently in the lead. Oh, what's going on here? Trap. What are these guys doing? Are they just risen up and... Oh no, some of these guys... those have not supported the Greyjoys. Cockles has rebelled, and some of them aren't actually getting involved. Manderford's not getting involved, Red Lake's not getting involved, so the Tyrell's just not very popular, it would seem. How goes the civil war in the south? I'll keep it game running for a bit. Red March is about to win. Tarth is about to 7% in favour of Corlys. He's still alive. 70% in favour of Harrenhal. Oh, I think that's it. Yep. Okay, they're still gonna call themselves kings, it seems. Although Blackmont decide. Oh shit. Uh oh. Okay, what happened there? No idea. I think I clicked something and it just knocked me out of the game, but that's fine. We're back. We're back. But yeah, he decided to not call himself king. Maybe he just didn't want it anymore. More trouble than it's worth, I suppose. But this Princess Alejandra of Dawn is now in charge. Her father was deposed and is now imprisoned by Lord King Yormwood. And they remained as kings. I thought they were going to go independent for a bit, but no. Yes, I'm aware of the budget deficit. The budget deficit. Yeah, First Forest now has a nice big army there, so that's going to be a trouble. So taking over there may be difficult. It might result in the definite uses of our dragons, that's for sure. Although he's getting involved in other wars. That's just time, mate. Takes us a bit. There's no real reason to not bother. Lysara is now pregnant. Good. It is important with the remaining Targaryen members, which is like 7, that we repopulate. Yep, that's the word I'm looking for. We repopulate the line of the Targaryens and the dragon line as well, because that's only very small. 4 dragons left, and 1 isn't on our side either. Oh, Nettles had a kid, Prince Rob. Ooh, what's going on here? Stark has gotten off his horse. Attacking High King Baron of the North Clans. The Northern War for the High Lordship of North Clans and Lordship breaks on Hill. Interesting. Bear Iron supporting him. Wait, what? Also, Bear Iron and King's Course have betrayed him. That's interesting. Why would I have done that? Kraken. Wow, what the hell's going on? Yeah, everyone hates this Tyrell dude. If he loses, he'd go to his brother, Meros Tyrell. He's married to a Westbrook, apparently. I remember the father and he's doing. Oh, he's been blinded, holy shit, and castrated. Yeah, I imagine the Yormwoods and the Martells do not get along. Let's have a look at the other wars that we kicked off before. Era's done nothing, so hopefully actually does something. That'd be really nice to see. 34% in favour, so they are winning that war against Bravos, and the loss has done nothing. Okay. This means our prince is going well. Sara's not doing a whole lot. Prince Garen, who the hell is this? Defending against Lord Freeholder Meris. He's being attacked by that guy. Who's this guy? What happened to the pirate woman? No, she lost it, I think. Did she, like, lose her war, I think? Yeah, I think she lost a war. Oh, Conrad's leader of an uprising. So this guy came out of nowhere, some Roynar dude. Just showed up and took over as king and deposed this pirate woman. That's interesting. And now he's basically taking over Dagger Lake, Sarroy, not the Northfields. What's he got? Oh, New Valyria took over those lands. That's interesting. Tri-Clockwise is becoming more powerful. Isara's done nothing as king, so whether or not they'll actually conquer their other neighbours, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Are they still fighting that war, really? 57 saver, so he's probably going to win, I imagine. Has got more troops. He's got 2,000 more troops than he does. What happened here? Oh, he lost. Brilliant. Oh dear. They're not doing a whole lot. Bastards Isles aren't doing a whole lot. Yes, that's what happened in their War of Astapor. Is that still going? Yep. 90% in favour of Oh, he's winning. Oh, so because Marines joined in. So the Emperor of Giscard hasn't quite done well. He's got his kids in prison as well. Brilliant. That's not gone well. Oh, Carthage defeated the Emperor. Or the would-be Emperor. Defending against Prince Hafsif. So he's been attacked by this dude. Interesting. Alright, what's going on over here? 9% in favour of that guy, really? Is he getting his ass kicked? Oh, dear. Oh, a Shy's been... What's happened here, then? Shadow Councillor... Oh, okay, so the kingdom died. What happened with, He created it and then he lost it. He's killed in personal combat, but then lost it, that didn't go well. His son carries on. Whether or not he call himself king again, I don't know. But these guys, the Shadow Councillors, took over that place. Interesting. Maybe the Shadow Council will take over that land now. High Kingdom, the guys not doing a whole lot, just doing rebels and raiders. Oh, Sarnor's taken. Well, reclaim as much as they can. Taking a while to reclaim their ancient kingdom, but there you go. Probably plays Sarnor someday. That'd be interesting. See how far we go as the Sarnors. Maybe like a distant exile Westeros has come to fall in love with the Sarnor people and just got involved. Yeah, so right now we really can't. Oh, he's taking 2 lands as well. This guy's actually becoming kind of scary. I am a bit concerned about this, first forest. Yeah, becoming far more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Alright, I'm going to probably end this off here. I'm trying to get out of debt first, not enough. Next episode, we'll probably be carrying on and trying to, hopefully... Hey, a kid was born, and so was a daughter, and she's got the attractive trait. Cool. Iriko Versailles is unfortunately ugly, sadly. That's a shame. Gale. What's this? I'm reading that in a second. Gale, I guess, who do we pretty name her? Lofia? I don't know. I'm not too sure where we should go with. Do we... Rhaenyra, I suppose, because she was sort of... I guess... I don't... There's no real, like, love for Rhaenyra, I suppose. He doesn't really know who she is. Doesn't really care that much either, but... Gale, I'm not really going to go for Gale. That seems a bit ridiculous. I guess my wife, Lysara, really? Lofia, maybe, because... I guess Lofia is a bit of a mother, I suppose, to us. Just trying to think who would be best to ally with, because Aeron's probably I'd imagine he's getting acquainted with the fact that he's now a Targaryen, so he's been finding out a lot about himself and probably hearing about the tales of Aegon the Conqueror, I'd imagine. So I guess he would have known, or probably would have heard of the tale more recently of Rhaenys, the queen he never was. So probably hearing about how Rhaenys was just such a badass, and such a great dragon rider and all that. I guess maybe he might perhaps name his child Rhaenys, I suppose. It's either that or Visenya, I suppose, but we wouldn't have really known Visenya anyway. Visenya, apart from the fact that she was a great warrior side by side with Aegon, I suppose. Maybe that would have made something. I mean, people in Game of Thrones, like, you hear people talking about Visenya. I don't really know, really, I suppose. I guess maybe Rhaenys, he's heard tales of the Queen never was, but then he wouldn't really known her. And especially she was on the Valyrian sort of family, so they wouldn't have known. So I guess Visenya probably works, because we would have heard tales of Visenya who fought alongside the Aegon the Conqueror. So yeah, Visenya works. That's how you spell it, isn't it? I don't want to get that wrong. Visenya. Yeah, that's right. That's fine. Didn't want to get that name wrong, because I thought that'd be kind of embarrassing. Visenya, which I won't marry her off just yet. I don't think we're on read to marry to, really. Robb Stark, I suppose. But no, ideally want to go matrilineal, but at the same time, I don't want to like do anything just yet. Whilst roaming through the woods, I came upon the peasant wench, and then remembered an ancient custom of the Lord's right. Where when commoners or peasants married, the Lord might bed them. No, I don't think. We're in love with my wife, and I don't think Aaron really... I don't think really cares. Yeah. You won't bother that. Nope. Uh-oh. She's been fucking someone else. Actually been screwing him for Valyrian, dude. Taylor. I guess Rhaenyra, I suppose. I guess Baylor probably would have known Rhaenyra a lot better. Actually, Elena probably would have made sense from her character perspective. Baylor probably regrets... No, Baylor and Rhaenyra were the two twins that, I guess, snuffed their mother, I suppose. That makes any sense, but I guess in memory of Lena, I guess. What's this? Mace users come to me with a request. He wishes to make a journey to the citadel in a high tower. So he may study for a link and increase his knowledge. The citadel's promised compensation for the temporary loss of service if you agree. Yeah. That's fine. We'll do that. If he wants to go, why are we not making any money? What's this? Sacrifice burden as an offering to your Lord Vio gave me much favour with him according to the Red Priest. The unbelievers I rule would not like it though. How would I do that? I lose choosing by oh fuck. I don't want to lose that because that's really good. That's the fucking piss off so many people though. I don't want to sacrifice the Lannister dude. That's kind of just fucked. I guess we have to just do the commoners. That's gonna piss off so many people though. Tion Lannister? Oh, it's a who's Tion Lannister? I just noticed that. It wouldn't be from him, obviously. Oh, she said a bastard. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, keep doing that. This first forest dude is like going around conquer. He's basically doing what I should be doing right now, but I can't because it's bloody stupid High Lordship. Oh, you need the High Lordship to do that. I don't really fucking see why, but whatever, sure. What's going on in Westeros? Anything going on interestingly? Defending against... Yeah, Harrenhal's winning. Tyrell's winning. Yeah, most of these kingdoms that are risen are starting to fall. Sea Snake's winning. Lannister... Not Lannister, Greyjoy. Yeah, Red Kraken's winning. Stark is not winning. No, they are winning. So they probably will win that war then. The Trident's involved there. That's fine. The Free Sisters aren't doing much. I don't know why. It's a little annoying. We need a High Lordship, so I guess we just do the claim. We do it. No, we won't cheat. I'll resist cheating. We're just trying. I might have to look for a. I might need someone who's really good at. Arthur the Rhymer. No. Like I said, I need some money. I have no money. The problem is starting up in Beyond the Wall. Like you have like no money. Money is just not a thing around here. Can I improve taxes or money? Special teeth collected. That's usually money, I think. Yeah, so we go for the overseas realm. Try and get the claim if we can. Heart Whisperer. I'm putting my faith in you. Anything to boost money. Or did we get the Fire Obsessed trait? I don't think we did. No, but I don't want to lose Chosen by Law. I don't mind losing that trait once we've taken over Westeros, but I'm not doing it now. Haunted Forest guy is just fucking everybody. I mean, it might make it difficult when it comes to taking out us, but we'll see. Oh, he's won the war. One more correct on the north. He's taken Brayson Hill as well. Hofer Umber is still lord of that area. This is now part of he's got that. Flynn, who is still technically... Oh, he's still in the war. Oh, he's still technically in that battle, isn't he? Okay. But he's taken over the Skagos. Oh, no. He still holds Dominion over the last half as well. So he still has some power. Where's the Magnars or... Yeah, the Magnars. Oh, so they've taken Driftwood Hall. Oh, and these Stains have been exiled. That's a shame. Poor Stains. That's interesting. So what here do now? I don't... Oh, they've actually... Okay, that's weird. They've taken away their titles. Might have been the game doing that, actually, not me. Yeah, I think it bugged out and didn't let them have the titles. Hey, let's come back. Probably got a link or something. Yeah. Shame you can't replay as a maester. Actually, can you? That's a question I haven't actually answered. I've never actually wondered, actually. Lord Sept, you can't play as Theocracies. There's probably a mod out there that allows you to play as Theocracies. Playing as a Pope would be kind of fun. High Tower. What's a Citadel? Ah, there it is. Can you play the Citadel? I don't think you can. No. I don't think so. It'd be cool if you could, though. But, unlikely. I mean... this money thing is not great, is it? It's just not going up. Oh, Aegon's had a kid. Who you name off? Balon, I suppose? Maybe... I don't know. Would Aegon have any regret for killing anybody at all? Jaehaerys, I suppose, dead. Maelor, I don't. Oh, Viserys, of course, his father. Who I'd imagine, judging from his age, I don't think he would have known his father much. Or if he does, only not much. But Viserys sort of fits, I suppose. So we'll go with that. I could marry Viserys and Viserion together, actually. I might do that if I don't have any more kids, possibly. But we'll see. But yeah, it seems the Targaryen line is beginning to pop out more heirs, which is excellent for us. A young talented artist from Hearthstone proposed to paint an iconic portrait of King Daemon on the Stepstones. As Aaron probably doesn't actually... I guess Aaron doesn't really know what his father looks like. He's just been told that he looks like him. So he actually would like to see an actual portrait of his father, and I think that makes sense. Despite the fact that we're in debt, but that's fine. No, I want the fucking... I want him in the Kingsguard. Whatever. I guess we just give him... I can't... I'm going to piss him off, so there's no point. Fuck it. Whatever. I have too many females in the area. I need to... What's this? Oh, don't do that, because then you'll... Oh, no, you won't, actually, no. Why have you married... Fucking... Ugh. We'll make sure she gets... I can't even do anything, because she's... I don't want that line to die. But again, I've already just, like, let a bunch of people already get away with it, so if I do it now, I'd just be... it just won't look good. I mean, if I change it to, like, a normal marriage, then sure. I'm gonna... No. I can't divorce the buggers, though. It's just no point. There's no point. I can't do anything about it. I can't do anything. No, it's just... No, I can't do anything about it. I can't. All I've done is just piss him off, then. That's a waste of time. Yeah, reject can be that, I suppose. Yeah, pissing him off was just stupid. I should have done that. Baylor's pretty good. Yeah, that again, stupid move. Stupid. Yeah, we just said that was a... Aaron just got furious because... Aaron just got annoyed for no real reason. Prince Viserys. I have no money. I have no money. I have no money. I'm gonna have to, like, make up some law where we, like, actually get some money from... Volantis, because if Volantis is helping us take the throne, then naturally they're gonna have to give us some money, right? Well, that just doesn't seem right. In that they'd have to give us some cash, right? Because there's no point. We can't do anything. What's this? Yeah, Yormwood gain more land, but so I feel as if we have no other choice but to get money to get stuff, because we just can't do anything. Because, like, unfortunately, Hardhome is like the most we're going to get no money here, so I feel as if we are getting funded a bit. I'm going to give ourselves, that's 200 gold will do. Let's go for 300. Would you say at least we've been given some money from the lords? Like we haven't been sent to up north with no cash. Like we need some money. So I'm just gonna cheat there. Sorry. Because there's just nothing we could do there. Like there's no point. Armor. I guess we'll make some armor. It's probably a good idea to make armor. Especially when we go into battle, we're going to need it. Why is it not actually, like, affecting me? Yeah, 205, that's better. But see if we can get his claim. If it takes too long, I might just decide to... If we get to 30 and I still haven't got the claim, then what I might do is just go ahead and just take it. Because it's stupid. Again, it's just CK2 being CK2, where you have to have a certain... Where you have to have, like, where it pulls in these stupid things where, like, oh no, you have to do this to do that. And again, it's just stupid. Like, it's just not necessary. Oh, you can't be, you have to be a higher lord to just to do a dragon conquest. Like, no, you don't. If, in the lore we made for this character, do you think Aegon, when he gets to hard time, thinks, oh no, I can't take over First Forest because I need to be a high lord? No, he just go ahead with it anyway. This seems ridiculous. But anyway, we'll wrap this up for now, and hopefully we'll come back, and I may just give myself the High Lordship and just go for it that way, or we'll just go ahead and we'll give us the High Lordship and just take First Forest next episode, because it's just silly. We don't need to do that. Oh no, you can't do that because you have to have this, and no, it's just again CK2 just being CK2, where it's just puts in unnecessary restraints on yourself that just don't need to be there. It's just again CK2 being stupid. I just think it's silly. Like, you don't need to put so many restraints. Oh, no, you can't do this because you have to have that. You just don't... you don't need to do that. That's just you don't need to put restrictions on yourself. Plus, it's the High Lordship of Hardhome, so, like, we own Hardhome. It says, look, you must have 50%, was it, to take the High Lordship. You have to... 51%. You control 50. I mean, does it really matter? Like, it's, again, silly. I need to actually put my character thing on. 7572. There you go, that's fine. I know some people won't like that, but at the end of the day, do you want me to be sitting here getting a claim? We'll be about 80 by the time we get a claim on fucking First Forest, so I'm just not doing that. I want to actually, like, carry on. I want to actually have fun with the game, not sit here for about 8 hours waiting for a fucking claim. Like, Jesus Christ. That's just silly. I don't want to risk the Dragon Riders. Why can't we do that now? What now? It's higher than the Lord. Well, what are we then? We are higher than the Lord. The fuck are you on about, game? What does this mean? Has the trait dragon? Has the trait dragon? What does that mean? So, any friend dragon has the trait dragon. So, the Silverwing, is Silverwing not a dragon? Is that what you're trying to tell me, game? Dragon Rider, Silverwing, dragon. Yeah, that's a dragon, alright. Does it not... What? Well, of course it's a... What do you mean? No, you can't do that because it's not a... What's that? What's it even mean? Sorry, let me just read that again. Has a trait... So, any friend... So, is independent ruler, yes. All the following must be true. Has a trait Dragon Rider. Any friend Dragon, Prince Aaron the Fair. Has a trait Dragon. So, what does that mean then? Has the trait Dragon. So, does I'm confused. So does that mean does Silverwing not have a does he have to have the dragon? He has a dragon trait. What's that? That's the dragon trait. That is the dragon. Well, I mean, I can't spell it out for you, mate, but that is the dragon trait. Look at that. Chart info dragon. This is a dragon, a magical creature. They are scaled reptilian creatures. Yeah, it's a dragon. So does the game not verify the fact that I've got a dragon? Is it just stupid? I'm confused as shit. Oh, so we can attack there. But we can't... What's this all about? I died. What? So what are the restrictions there then? Is it because we're a wildling? If Chief Barkan is wilding, Prince Aeron must also be a... Why? Why? Why would... Why would I have to be a wildling to attack him? Why the fuck does... Do you think Aeron's gonna think to himself, oh no, I can't take this region because I'm not a wildling? Does that fucking matter? No, it doesn't. That's ridiculous. Whatever, I'm just gonna... What? Fine, we give ourselves a wildling trait. Does that make you happy, game? Does that really... What does it even do again? General, but everyone hates me guts, basically. Hates me guts. So if I remove that trait, will that just let me carry on as normal? Or does it like end the war for me? Just don't... Why do we have to like have the... Oh, that's so stupid. Sorry, that's so stupid. Oh no, sorry, I'm not a wildling. I guess we can't take that region then. Well, I guess that's that then. Oh, okay. So stupid. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh no, you can't take that because you're not a wildling, so you can't do that. Okay, that's just fucking ridiculous. Yeah, sorry, I'm cheating. Cheating. Oh, I love this game sometimes, but my god, is CK2 just sometimes so ridiculously stupid. For fuck's sake. Oh dear. This game sometimes has so many stupid restrictions that it's just like, why would you do that? What? What the fuck? Under the direction of Tirana. What's that? You could attempt to take the mantle of Azor, but plunge the sword in the pyre of burning right. I was going to plunge it into my wife, and I was like, no. Convert the people of Hardhome. Okay, we lose money again. Again, money is just not really something I want to do. We lose like 500. We lose most of our priority. Can I give myself some more money? Because like, I just feel like as if that's... I'm not going to have any cash left. I'm going to give myself more. Sorry. In my mind, we've been... If we were like... We've already been declared as the chosen one. So naturally, the Great Plaza has given us money. Volantis has given us money to back us in invasion. Roger has given us money to back us in this invasion. Like, that's just ridiculous. We definitely should have some money there. He's won that war. That's interesting. What's happened to Turf? Coys is winning. They've got a lot of revolts. Jesus, revolts winning. That's not good. Oh, that's interesting. Maynard Lannister, who's been imprisoned by... So I assume he's lost that immediately then. Okay, so they've risen up in a rebellion. This is still ongoing. Seems as if the Ironborn are winning though. Oh. Fieldstone's been taken... Oh, Eric's been sent to the Night's Watch. Oh, okay. So what happened here? So Eric got sent to the war. I guess it got given to... Oh, Benjen inherited it. Oh, so his father's dead. But I died of an infection. Probably in that battle, I suppose. So they call themselves kings now. So Kraken's too happy with that. But Benjen is now the king of Harrenhal. And his brother, Brandon, who will inherit Moat Cairn. I'm interested. That's interesting now. Yeah, Harrenhal's got that. Bale wasn't doing anything. They're still getting involved in that war. And that's basically all. Yeah, got him. What does Lightbring give us again? Was it better than... No, because that's better. I feel as if Lightbring should be given to... Viserys? Yeah, I guess so. No, I can't, can I? Because it probably won't go to... No, I'll just say that. In my mind, Aeron's carrying both Lightbringer and Blackfire is like a great sword, so that would be on his back. Where Lightbringer would be a one-handed sword. So I suppose, yeah, I guess that works. Now the end, he might pull out Blackfire and just fuck up his enemies with with dual wielding his two swords, Lightbringer and Blackfire, but that's... that could be a thing, I suppose. And then we could jump out his command to quickly... Force trade my brother, so we don't kill him. No, it's okay, so that's good. And I jump back and command that. Now I'm going to take this place and I'm going to end the episode off there. This has been a bit of a long episode, but I feel as if it's... Why not? Fuck it. It's a Targaryen Dynasty. We've got to start this off with a bang. So, fuck it. Rhaegar Valyrian. Is that because he bonked the other dude? Oh, no, no. I don't know why we can have him killed. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, fine, sure, okay. Let's burn this place down. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Yeah, and we won. Got that land as well, but he's still a vassal. Do we get the option to take him off the vassalage, or do we just... No. I always find that odd with the Dragon Conquest. Surely you'd, like, get rid of them and don't make them to... I find that odd. I thought maybe I'd be able to strip him of his title, because he's just rebelling. Independence revolt. Independence revolt. Like, the guy's just gonna rebel. I mean, fine. For sure. I still think that we should just take his territory, but whatever. If he rebels, we'll kick his ass. No, watch him rebel in like 5 seconds. Yep, hard home is now ours, and maybe we'll go for the kingdom beyond the wall. Hopefully there isn't like anything stupid like, oh no, you can't take that because you're not a wildling. Well, I'm not. Stupid. Sorry. I'm sorry, but that's stupid. I'm not having that. Oh no, I can't take that because I have to be a wildling. Ah, well, that's that then. That's just stupid. I mean, sure, we could go from the hard time to take the Night's Watch, the North on, but they have like 20,000 troops. Like, we'd be fucked. We have dragons, sure, but we have like 100 or so men. We'd just be overpowered and fucked. So, sure, our dragon would do some damage, but we'd just be completely overpowered. There's no way we'd be able to stand against the Starks. We'd just die instantly. Dayla Targaryen. Oh, he's a bastard. Oh, brilliant. These horny wildlings. Oh, she screwed the king's car. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. What the fuck is going on? Oh. Corley's won that revolt. That's still kind of... actually losing to these peasants. That's not good. Hasn't called her ally in, which is odd. Lancers trying to take back the west. Which is interesting. They might succeed or they might not. I don't know what Tully's will do yet. Oh yeah, the Free Sisters is still fighting with a rock. Which is interesting. So this guy's sort of the law paramount in these areas as well. Which I'm sure makes him quite strong in the north. He actually likes... That's weird. Huh. Jahara? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, independence. I'm probably just gonna let the guy rebel. He's gonna rebel at some point. It's only a matter of time. Rhaena? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, kids are popping out well now. I might actually marry Visenya to aim in the rivers, possibly. Yeah. I think I might want to give him his own little cadet branch. We'll see. I'll leave that for now. I won't do anything for the time being. What's this? No. Yeah, most people will tend to stop their plots. Like, we're powerful. We are strong. We don't have. I'm probably gonna wait for some troops to replenish. This guy's gonna rebel very soon, so I'm ready for that. When he does have him executed, maybe let his son live and perhaps give this to someone else, more loyal. Arena? Yeah, sure. Come on, dude, rebel. Rebel! I dare you. Aegon friends with Viserys. Cool. Oh, cool. He's hatched a dragon. Nice. Aegon. Yes. That's cool. Has he got another one as well? He's got another one, so he might hatch another one. So we just hatched a dragon. That was actually... Okay, that's surprising. He is actually a R'hllor as well. Was that earlier or was that me? Oh, no, I think it's because I became the chosen one officially, I suppose, in the game's files. Dragon hatching chance. Yeah, the hatching chance is higher. Wait, isn't the hatching chance for Valyrian higher as well? Let me have a look a minute. I'm going to have a look at something. I'll look at that in a second. Hang on. Yeah, dragon hatching taming chance is much higher. 400%. That's way higher. I think pay for the 7 doesn't really give any bonuses to that, does it? No. So R'hllor, is there some bonuses to become R'hllor's Targaryen? Eventually, my goal, and this is going to be a big goal, is to spread the faith of R'hllor across the 7 Kingdoms, which is going to take fucking ages, I'm pretty sure. But I would like to do that. I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be fun. Yeah, but the only issue is that most of our really cool places are over in other places. What by cool places I mean like what's the word? I can't remember the name, but what's the like special places? Why's the map mode changed? Oh, so mirrors. So mirror down there is a holy place. Pantos, Fallen Ferris. Oh, what's that? Oh, here. Okay. Oh, so that shows where R'hllor is spreading. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do think that'd be cool to get the R'hllor faith over Westeros. Just make it really, I mean, make it quite difficult for us as well. At some point, maybe I might do like a cadet branch of the Targaryens or something or other. Play as the, maybe try and restore Valyrian faith to Westeros, we'll say. I don't really know. I want to play as the Targaryens at least until the White Walkers and Sunset Islanders come and attack. I want to be around for that. So that'd be interesting. I want to be like, I want to be able to fight those big wars and stuff. Maybe after them, we might look into doing a cadet branch as another house, or maybe a cadet branch for the Targaryens, or perhaps another house in Westeros, or somewhere in the world. Maybe a Targaryen or a Targaryen bastard house that's gone off to maybe go over to the east and make their own sort of empire over there, and then eventually take over Westeros or something like that. I could do that. But we'll see how time goes. Aegon. Let me see if we can change that name. Aegon's not really the best name. Let's have a look. Syrax. I could call it Syrax, but I'm not going to. Grandma Melee's. No. Random ancestor. Vhagar. No, it's just copying that dragon name in it. Let's see what we got. Moonshadow. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, Moonshadow. I'll go with that. That's cool. That's cool. So, Moonshadow, that's called dragon. Yeah. This is a she-dragon. No, this is a she. Moonshadow. Yeah, that sounds good. I like that. I'm down for that. The Vassals of Hardhome. Now, view us with respect. I severely doubt that. This guy hates my guts. Female heir. Declared war. Upset. Defeated me. Short reign. Wrong government type. Foreigner. Yeah, the guy is, he's not happy. Oh, dear. We'll see if he rebels. I imagine I can't take anyone else out until I have to have the wilding trait. Yeah, so I have to have the wilding trait for that, which is a pain in the ass, really. You can marry the Lannister guy, I suppose. That's fine. Alright, before this video gets any longer, I'm gonna go. Oh, I can pay him a visit. What's this? This guy just wants to. Come on, rebel! I dare you. Grant independence and then attack him again. I can't look, it's making me look bad. I can't actually at all. I had to have Troy some prestige. Damn prestige. Damn you! Oh, great. That's the one downside to R'hllor is that we have a thing for burning people. Yeah, we can still do much more good after we burn the last lot. Yeah, we'll burn some more. We can do better than that, surely. Oh dear. I'm just waiting for this guy to rebel. I hate him. Why can't I kill him? What's this? Replace Lord Thailand with who? Yeah, if you're trying to... What's this? No. It's a bad counselor. It's a bad courtier. Right, I guess we're ending this off here. I'm not gonna carry this on any longer because always we never stop. So we go to like 4 hours in and then it'd just be ridiculous. But we're ending this off here. It's been a fun little episode. Sorry it's been really long. But going through the lore of this whole scenario took longer than I thought. And yeah. So Sarnor's now become its kingdoms. That's happened. We've got Illyris as a kingdom. Oh, they've got a Valyrian steel sword. Chimera, which when they... Yeah, that's cool. The blade shows the fine craftsmanship the Valyrians were capable of and has been jealously guided by the twisted piece of Mataras for centuries, until such a time a worthy heir to the freehold of Valyria emerges. That's cool. So maybe we'll see some more of them at some point. Giscar's not doing much. Hopefully the Empires, because they have claims on, like, they can claim Astapor and Yunkai and things, so they should be able to. You'll see how they get on there. Still fighting that war, fucking hell. We've only been playing for 5 years and it's still going. Shire seems to be in a revolt. What's going on there? There's some revolt going on there. What's going on over here? Oh, so he's taking this guy's taking a list. So he might expand himself. Oh, wow, what the fuck's happened here? Jesus, the bloody flux has just ravaged his family. Christ. Wow. Yeah, so badly that his wife is going to take over. Why is that? Oh. Are they related? No, that's weird. And that king dude is still chilling, not doing much. Narf is still vibing. This guy is still king of the Bastards Isles, not doing a whole lot. Oh, Emperor of New Valyria is coming. Oh wow, he's taking over this place. This guy is now Lord Paramount. Well, yeah, Archon. This Triarch of New Valyria is becoming fairly powerful. He's gonna have to take at least all of the... I think he has actually. Yeah. So he hasn't really got anywhere to expand to. Someone's claim on there. So he's gonna have to like either attack Volantis or he's gonna have to go attack the Dothraki. Maybe Core, but the other guy lost his stuff. Who is it? Ah. Yeah, so he had a Sari, then he lost it, and then I think, yeah, Cohor conquered as a claimant, I think. Yeah, conquered as a claimant, probably because he's had Juju claims on it, I'd imagine. And lost not doing much. King Elos is not doing a whole lot. Oh, Gaemon's and what's going on here? Oh, attacking... Oh, the Reach is attacking the Shield Islands. While they're independent from the Ironborn. Smart idea. It's probably haven't done the same with Ocean Road, to be honest. Listen, what's Gaelmont doing? When more Gaelmont investigation? Vassalization more? Oh, they've not helped. Oh, I see. They're not helping Baratheon, so they've got independence, so they're open to attacks by anyone else. Yeah. Harrenhal, they took that. What's this? Oh, wow, the Faith is winning? 50,000, no shit. Ooh, that's a lot of troops. That's a lot of guys. Yeah, that might be difficult. Oh, Tully is helping that other guy. What's this? Actually been wounded. Shit. Yeah, there's probably a lot of people out there not too keen on the whole R'hllor Faith, I'd imagine. But we saw the resistance to it with Stannis as well, when Stannis was going on with the R'hllor Faith. Do I make him Master of the Hunt? Nah, probably not a good idea. I don't even trying to kill me in my sleep at court or something. Independence. I mean, I'm not really bothered, mate. You can try if you want. You can go for it. I'll welcome the offer of independence, but I just don't think it's gonna work. That guy's gonna die. We paid our loan back, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Mountain and Vale not doing. Oh, hello. Attacking the High Lordship of the Sisters and Lordship of Sunderland. Oh, that's interesting. That could. I think is that. Will that take all of this? So that could make the Vale quite powerful if they took all that. And definitely bring him into conflict with the North. Hang on. What's this? Oh, he's also attacking them. Oh, he's going for... Oh, he's attacking... Wait, who? What? Oh, Brandon's claiming Sheepshed Hills. Why would he... That's a bit shit, isn't it? So he's... Someone's claimed for that. Okay. Why not just retake the lands? Okay, whatever. That's weird. But yeah, they seem both to be going after it, which is interesting. Now, who's helping them? Someone's helping them. Oh, somebody King Bertrand of the Rock is helping. Weirdly. What's that? One by King... Alright, so you've taken the crowd, but they've just not... They've become independent or something? I don't know, that's weird. What? What? What happened so quickly? I barely registered the events. Noble has been attacked and is being dragged away from us by the kidnappers. Wait, what's happened here? Where was my dragon? Where was my dragon? Let's force trade my kid. Let's kill him. No. Mistress Fernie was subject to an attempt to kidnap today, and she's clearly shocked by experience. The offense was dealt with according to the law, yeah. I'm gonna deal with that. Give you that. I'll get you married off. I do want to get you forced trading at some point. I'm still waiting for this guy to rebel. Come on, rebel, rebel, rebel. Whatever. But we're ending this off here now. As always, we're going forever. And forever. Where's that? Who's causing... Who's doing that? No, I think they've stopped. Okay, that's fine. Right, we're ending this off. I mean, we may as well just go to 3 hours now. There's no point. It's not... we may as well just carry on. This is going to be a long video. Let's just go for it. We had 2 kids, actually. Oh, she cheated them, though, didn't she? Oh, Strong died. Oh, well. Let's just go ×6 and see what happens. I should really be focusing on conquering Westeros, shouldn't I, really? I'm just interested to see what's going on elsewhere, really. What's happened here? How has he just retaken... Oh. Didn't the Ironborn dude win, though? Oh, he's now attacking the Aegon Grove. It doesn't care about the Shield Islands, apparently don't care. The Arbor's gone independent. So it seems the Lannisters have just taken... How have they done that? So they took the crag, but then the crag's gone back to them again. What the fuck is going on? Well, they're now under them as well. Okay. Oh, he's got claims. High Lordship of Castamere, so he's... Yeah. Wow, fuck me. The Red Kraken has been busy. Jesus Christ. I'd like to make a character that just basically screws the entire fucking Westeros forever. A king that just goes absolutely nuts. What's the Narasi up to? Oh, attacking... Oh, they're also attacking, Gaelmon. Oh, a peasant revolt. Oh, that peasant dude. Oh, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, he's taking over that. That's why he's independent. Oh, Corley's died. I'm guessing old age. Yeah, 82. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, really. So Alan Valyrian is now king, prince rather, of the Narasi. Not very good, is he? No. So Galfred is now the heir. Because Damien is died of a disagreement with Mill. That's crap. We've got Daron over there, who's currently on a journey. Okay. We've got Mantine and Rogar, who are currently out of court. So I'm going to get them married off, actually. Because otherwise, it's just going to be sitting here not doing much. Condon, yeah, marry you. And you can marry... Yeah, somebody will get on with, so I guess her, probably. Is anyone else in our court that I'd like to get married off before we... Oh, I'm pausing again. Loston, you've already done a match with your marriage, so your marriage is basically fucked. Or your line is basically fucked, so Loston's probably won't do much. Well, I guess we carry on with that other woman's house, but the harbour, I'd never heard of the harbours. I don't care that much. Wormwoods, some bastard house I don't really care about. The SARS, you might be of some use later down the line. Crow, what are you doing in my court? Oh, I have no idea. Korea, we got you married off, didn't we? I guess we married Crow. I mean, the age difference is pretty bad, but at the same time, we definitely carry on that line. The Heart Whisperers. Oh shit! What happened to fucking? What the fuck happened there? She got wounded apparently. Not sure what happened there, but okay. Harrog, you can marry her. To marry the Wormwood too, I suppose. Also, and you're probably not gonna get any kids out of whoever you marry, but I can I don't really see anyone really around for her to marry, so I'm afraid, love, you just have to go unmarried. Oh, we got Belgrave, we got the King's Guard. What's left of the King's Guard? There's only 2 of them left. Marston's still around. Oh, I didn't assume they're protecting one. Yeah, we said, was it Marston who was protecting Aegon and Aaron who's protecting us? What the fuck happened here? I'll look at that in a sec. Swans, I would like to marry Swan off to someone, but she's already busy with the Lannister dude. He's still alive apparently. I thought he'd be sure be dead by now. Everyone's basically married off now, that's fine. You've got this guy who's eventually going to rebel. 80 years time probably, and we might see a rebellion. I think we need to like start hitting. What's Northlands done? Defend against. Oh, so he's like his own little pyromancy, isn't he? I think, yeah. The Rains, for some reason, are getting involved with the Lancers, and I don't know why. What's he doing? Summerfield? What? Who the fuck is that? What happened to the Starks? Oh, right, yeah, that was a religious rebellion, wasn't there? And that guy took over. Oh, dear, that was... What happened there? On to Moat Cailin. Wasn't that held by the Starks? Oh, I guess the Starks have lost that. Oh, he's got it, apparently. No, he lost it for some reason. Not sure why what happened there, but there you go. I guess the Starks have lost control of Harrenhal. That's now fell today to some religious nut job now, apparently. Interesting. What's he fighting against? Defending against Lord Tristan the Old. Oh, he's helping him for some reason, but he's gonna win that. So there you go. Lord Tristan has gained some land. They're struggling with the show. I don't know why they're struggling so much. Obviously, the Tullys must be harassing the crap out of them. Well, you can win the walkout. Yeah, he's taking that back. Where is Caspar Volkhurst now as Gaelmont? He's been his wife's in prison. Brings them back onto the Baratheons. That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know what's going on with the West. That's a bit fucked up right now. Seaguard's going independent from the Greyjoys for a bit. I assume that'll change. Oh. Oh, crap. No, who died? I should have read that, but I didn't. Was that Alicent, possibly? Oh, no, she's still alive. She's 49. She's still alive, actually. Maybe I might marry a matchlina or someone. Maybe we might have some hides. Oh, Miles died. That's... Oh, he died a while ago. No, that's a shame. I mean, Alicent's 49, so I'm pretty sure she's past the childbearing age. That's gone, mate. So I'm gonna marry Rhaena off to... No, I'll do all that. I'll do the marriages off camera because that'll probably get boring. Me going through, oh, who should I marry this person to? Oh, let me have a quick look through the... Yeah, I won't. I'll save you. I'll save that pain. So his Moonchild has now gone into hiding. He's a fertile. Oh, she is a fertile dragon. But that's something nice. I shouldn't do that though because we're. No, well, whatever. What's this? Oh. Oh no, hang on. My lord, your half-brother Prince Viserys tried to hatch the dragon from his egg, but failed. He managed to salvage his egg, however, and so may try again in the future. Idiot. At least he saved the dragon egg, though. He could have lost it. I mean, fuck me, he could have blown us all up. For those of you recall, Aegon the Fifth, the Unlikely, bloody fucking blew up Summerhall trying to hatch a dragon egg. So, I mean, he could have just wiped us out then. Fucking hell. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine all my hard work? Viserys is now trying to retake the throne. He's all got everything going. Viserys goes for a trip out to, I don't know, just pops over to Castle Black, says hello to Night's Watch. And then comes back and is in hard terms on fire. And, and everyone's died. Well, thankfully, him and his dragon are the only ones that left. It's fucking Arryn and Silverwing left to save the day. Fucking hell, that would suck. That'd be like the most fucking shittiest thing ever. I've seen it happen before though. I've seen Aerys, when I've seen the Blackfire. I think someone playing as the Blackfires, and they were trying to take King's Landing during Robert's Rebellion, and Aerys decided to unleash the wildfire and fucking turn King's Landing into a ruin, and fucking blew up everyone. That's actually a cool idea for a scenario. Actually, I might do that. A scenario. What if Aerys just fucking blew up everything? What if all the just as Tywin's about to siege the city and everything, take everything, King's Landing just went bang, and Aerys would think it went on fire. I think that'd be funny. Or what about if I don't know, fucking I don't know, say if Stannis is just about to take the Blackwater, and then all of a sudden the wildfire just goes up again and blows up, and everything goes to shit. Fun little scenarios where like fucking natural disaster is taking place, and everybody has nearly died would just be really interesting. Because it's just cool to see who's left and who's picking up the pieces and all that. Yeah, that's always cool. But anyway, we're ending this off here. I'm sorry for the length of this video. I've been enjoying myself, I must confess. It's been fun, it's enjoyable playing a new series with the Targaryens. I think this is going to be a difficult series. I do want to retake the entire of the Seven Kingdoms with the reign of Aegon. I basically want Aegon to end off as the conqueror of the Seven Kingdoms. The second conqueror, I suppose, and hopefully the last conqueror. I like for Aegon to sit on the King's Landing and become the king of fucking everything. king of Westeros. Ideally, the lands beyond the wall as well. If I can take over those, that'd be great. And also, if we can try and convert everything to a law, that'd be kind of cool as well. And going from there, really. And what we'll do once we become king of Westeros, I'm not sure. We might just sort of just sit and chill. Maybe I might go over to the Stepstones, possibly, and conquer those territories. To sort of bring peace and order in the Stepstone regions, stop the pirates taking all the shit. We might possibly, and this is an idea I had ages ago, back when I did the Targaryen Dynasty, like back on 2 years ago now. Unfortunately, the game ended due to a game crash, which is a game bug. It broke. Oh, he's attacking. Oh, he's attacking that place. Okay, cool. I'd like to. It'd be cool if we went up to the Summer Isles and just took over that place. That'd be cool. Or maybe like a series as Tyrion Lannister going to the Summer Sea because he's heard of the God of Tits and Wine. We should sail there immediately. And in this story, he actually just goes. Him and Varys just go. Or he takes Bronn, Varys, and Podrick, and they just fuck off to the Summer Sea. That'd be brilliant. Oh, that's a great idea for a series. Suggest me ideas for series. I know some of you probably have many ideas, and I'd love to see them. Send them out to me. Leave a comment. You can put them on Discord if you want. Like, put them in the audience chamber if you want to do that. Or audience chamber. That is the right word. No, I haven't forgotten my own channel. For that. Yeah, I'd love to hear some suggestions. I'm always open to them. I think it's fun to see what people have for me. What characters you'd like me to play as. What dynasties you'd like me to play as. What something that does strike me as an idea I could do is do a few little what if, not really what if, but like series where I play as, I don't know, say as Aegon, say as, I don't know, say if we play as, trying to think it's an example I could use. I don't know. Say if we play as Aegon the Conqueror, conquer Westeros, and then after Aegon, and then after we sort of like consolidated the realm and taken over Westeros, we then immediately jump from Aegon and play as a different house. I think that'd be interesting, rather than it just being like a big series as the Targaryens. We play as for a bit and then we eventually change over. But with some series, I might just do a little series, like, I don't know, like the Blackfire Rebellion, or maybe play as the Targaryen side of the Blackfire Rebellion, take over and win the war, and then play as a house after the events of the Blackfire Rebellion. Or maybe as Aegon the Conqueror and take over New Valyria, but then take over and play as a house in the area, or play as, well, maybe take over Westeros as King Aegon VI in the Feast of Crows start date, and give House Mud the Riverlands and let them carry on their merry journey. There's some ideas we could do there. Eventually that'd be cool to put them to paper someday, but unfortunately I'm just too damn busy. And there's plenty of other things and games that I want to play, and other stuff that I want to play for the channel as well. Not just this game, like I do want to do other stuff as well. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching, and farewell. Until the next episode, guys. It shouldn't be too long. Hopefully I might get some more episodes done before I go away on holiday. I make no promises. Like, if I don't get much out, then I don't get much out. That's all there is to it, I'm afraid. You know, we'll do what we can. I am going to be off from, well, work is going to be shutting in November. I may or may not have a job if I get the permanent contract. It depends. I do believe the contract has been offered out to a lot of other people, and I just haven't quite got it yet. I'd be surprised if I didn't. Considering I've had no disciplinaries, I've had no real issues at work. I've never really done anything wrong. So I can't really see why. The only idea I can think, if they don't give me the sort of permanent contract, is probably because they can't afford to pay me. That might be it, possibly. I couldn't say, really. What happens will happen. If I do end up without a job, then so be it. Whatever. That is, if that is destined to happen, so be it. What can you do? And I may have a bit of time off. I don't know. We'll see. Or I might not. We'll just see what happens. I'm not desperate for money right now, so I'm in that position. Especially with the cost of living crisis, I'm quite lucky to not be desperate for money, and I'm pretty aware of the luck I have for that. But if I do, I'm not desperate for money, so I'm happy to take a bit of time away. Especially as I'm going to be moving house fairly soon. I don't really want to have to like get a new job, get acquainted with loads of new people, and then suddenly move away. So yeah, that could possibly be in the new year. I don't think it's definitely not far away now. We're closing in. We're closing in on the time when I move house, so it won't be long now. It probably will be new year, definitely. I don't see myself that soon, possibly. But if I do have a few months where I'm going to be off for a bit from work, and I'll be off from work for a bit, why not? If I can afford to, that's fine. I mean, I've saved up a lot of money from work the last 6 or so months, so fine by me. I can definitely, afford to take some time off. And that means more videos. And then eventually when I move house, there probably will be a bit of a gap in between videos when we move house, because obviously I'm probably gonna have to like wait for my internet to show up. Got to probably set up my new room, and that involves all my monitors and like on my PC and stuff like that. Getting all that together, getting all my setup redone. That's gonna take a while. So I imagine during the move there will be a bit of a gap between uploads where like I don't have the time to sit down and do anything, because I'm just so busy moving stuff around, sorting things out. Probably got to rebuild a few things. There's a lot that'll go on in the moving house process that I doubt I won't leave YouTube or anything, but I probably will definitely step away for a couple weeks just to get things sorted. If I have videos to upload, then I will upload those videos, but if I don't, I don't. But anyway, that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I've said that so many times. Again, I am very thankful if you made it all the way to this video, and I'm absolutely thank you for it. But then again, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and farewell.